The greatest arc in all of anime. Quite the prestigious title, I'm aware. Some may call it glaze, and who knows, maybe it is. But I do not care, as the Neo Egoist League was one of the best masterpieces I've read in years. So, in today's video, I will be doing a massive arc review to go over and break down everything that happens in the annual arc and explain why I believe this is not only the best arc in Block, but one of the most generational arcs in all of anime. So with that, make sure to like and subscribe, as it took me a long time to make this video, and yeah, let's hop into it. We start our new journey with the Block members coming back after a much-needed vacation. They enter the Block facility, and to everyone's surprise, the original U20 members are here to participate in the Block project. Unfortunately, spoilers, but these guys suck actual massive wiener and do essentially nothing the entire arc, with the one exception being Goat IQ, the same person who is the only useful member of the original U20 team. Shocker, right? Ren tries his best to keep up the emo villain facade, and finally the Master Ego appears on the screen. The U20 World Cup is 100 days away. If you entered as you are now, let's see. You're getting touched harder than when Toby sees chocolate cake. With that in mind, the next stage is in line with this concept. Strike while the iron's hot. I've thought of a method to rapidly accelerate your development. I have one question. What was the primary factor that made you stronger? The answer? Your environment. This special and cruel environment known as Blue Lock. In Blue Lock's second phase, all of you will throw yourselves into the 5 great European leagues, the very best in the world. And with that, they get to choose which country they should fight in. Firstly, we have England, the league best known for speed and raw physical abilities. Then we have Spain, the country known for technique and creativity. Next is Italy, a country known for its genius strategy and the best tactics. Then is France, a country that has poured a lot of money and resources into having a lot of the new up-and-coming best players. And then finally, Germany, the country that values rationality above all else. And another crazy piece of information we find is that the Noel Noah is here, the current #1 player in the entire world. Ooh, I hate this monkey so much, but we will get to that later. The weapons and abilities you possess that are exceptional in Japan become mediocre the instant you go up against a world-class team. This is your professional initiation. To that end, I want you to precisely visualize who you want to be and select the best environment for you. Now, it's time to gamble all you've learned in Block. Spread your wings and fly out into the world. The stage has been set for you. Wager your future and choose the environment in which you'll fight. We find out Ryo and Nagi are going to England. Batra is going to Spain, and finally our glorious King Isagi is choosing Germany. Introducing our masters, first off from Germany, we have Noel Noah, the greatest striker in the world. From England, we have the #2 best striker in the world and the GOAT of frauds, Chris Prince. From Brazil, the genius dribbler Lavinho, the dancer. From Italy, the crowned messenger Snuffy. And finally from France, Loki, a future Isagi victim. Under these 5 masters, you will drill their philosophies into your heads. Then we find out the details of this arc, and it's actually pretty interesting. Firstly, the Block players must prove themselves useful enough to replace the team's U20 members if they want to play in any actual matches. The games are designed to be fast, so it's first to 3 goals, even if some of these matches are anything but fast. You will also have infinite player swaps, and then finally each team's master can sub in for 3 minutes once a match. Kinda like the equivalent of losing a fight and summoning Maharaga to hold your hands. And here's where the exciting Blue Lock aspect comes into play. When you play your matches, professional club teams will be watching, placing bids on players. The top 23 players with the highest bids make it to the next round of Block and get to play on the Japanese U20 World Cup team. Isagi's over here busting in his pants thinking about playing with Noel Noah, and then we get this tragic news from Ego. You Blue Lock players who have made it this far made it here by means of the project's primary route, but I prepared a secondary route for the losers. And now I'm using monster very lightly here. The monster that was born here had its second coming now. Now enter Bumgami, Emogami, Shitgami, Monkeygami, Losergami. And with that, the curtain rises on Block Phase 2, the Neo Egoist League. I cannot wait for Season 3, y'all. You do not understand. I would legit take my best friend's life with my own hands and drag his soul to the deepest depths of Tartarus if it meant I get Blue Lock Season 3 with Demon Slayer levels of animation tomorrow. Is that even crazy to say? I don't think so. We get this genuinely absurd panel the more you look at it. I know Block and soccer brings a lot of money, but how much money does Ego have to build this? This room is easily hundreds of feet long, tall, and wide with futuristic holograms showing rankings of the players on the side. Look at the platforms. They are floating. What the fuck? Ego must have bands beyond bands to afford this, bro. Go to the goal. We're competing with the Germans right out the gate, huh? Let's cockadoodle do this. I've read this arc like 6 times and I've never seen this line, bro. Gagamaru is so autistic, but that's why we love him. Welcome back, hero. Stop. I'm not a hero anymore. I left that immature joke back in hell. And with that, the Prince of Darkness makes his first declaration in this arc. You know what? Fuck this guy. We're gonna have an emo Gami counter on the screen, adding a point whenever he does or says something emo or autistic. If you guys ever watched Dragon Ball Bridge, it's gonna be like the Krillin owned count. But with that, the gun goes off and the race begins. Isagi looks over and someone has already got to the finish line. I wonder whoever that could be. Isagi gets to the end, and right as he shoots, the monkey makes his appearance. English treffen uns Isagi Yuichi ich word dich using Yuchi ich hisse Kaiser und werde das unmögliche schaffen. We meet these two, special characters. While Isagi's confused, Kaiser grabs him by the chin. Yoichi, I came here to meet you. Don't disappoint me, new hero. Isagi tries to run from this weird grapey man until he literally grabs him by both arms so he can't escape.
It should have been me, not him! It's not fair!
I want you to get in the way of my life. Dude, someone get in there and help Isagi. This man is clearly unhinged. Until I take my place on stage as the world's best striker. But now I'm stuck in this joke of an interlude called Blue Lock. You guys are the circus animals that provide some entertainment. And when I take stage, that makes Yuichi a pathetic clown who thought he was the star. And thus, the new unofficial rivalry between Isagi and Kaiser has been set. Also, I was looking back at this panel and why is Isagi biting his lip, bro? Like, okay. I don't know. Looking back, maybe he liked this from Kaiser. Knock it off, Kaiser. It's childish. Sorry, Noah. Just thought I'd try to lighten things up.
Huh?
Noah starts full yapping about how their team's all about extreme rationality, yada yada yada. Listen, I get his logic, but not letting Isagi start because Kaiser blocked his shot is the complete opposite of rationality. But I guess the plot needs him to start as a bench warmer, so there's not much we can do about that one. We see them training a bit, which is cool. Then we cut back to the dorm rooms where we see them looking at everyone's stats. Isagi's stats look fairly basic for what we expected, but he does decide to ask Noah for advice. What should I do to increase my ranking? I want to win against Kaiser. I see. What's your weapon? My direct shots. What is it you require to use that weapon? What abilities are required for that? You can't even verbalize your own ideal. No, I can. What I need right now is the fundamental ability to vary my plays enough where I can respond to any opponent. So hypothetically, if you had all that, could you beat me? Well, I don't know. Revise your thinking. I just cracked your logic. What is it that I lack right now? I told you to revise your thought process, didn't I? What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? Don't say goon to Hiori. Don't say goon to Hiori. That first step. Is it a step to being the best in the world? Each minute, each second, every day of the year. Are you truly spending all your time to become the world's best? Bring me logic that will defeat me. You probably really shouldn't have said that, little bro. Just saying. But with that, we cut to the first game of our Neo Egoist League. As the bastard players take to the field, the new FC Barou team makes its appearance. And Loki, knowing what I know now, this is an absolutely tragic sight that we were forced to behold at. This team fucking sucks, bro. If this team doesn't have Batra, they legit lose all 4 games, 0-3. I don't even know if these other players from Spain have ever even touched a soccer ball from what we see. And look at this walking chromosome party. Holy fucking SpongeBob SquarePants over here with these oversized chompers. The game starts and forces us to watch all the German Nuggets play until the ball eventually goes to Kunigami. Wait, hold on. Let me just adjust my $1,500 Cartier frames real quick. Is that Thorpe? Brother, your calculations for finding Vinland were way off. Get your ass back to your own show and make season 3 already. Regardless, Bumgami gets the ball and instead of passing to Kaiser, he tries to shoot for himself. Obviously, King of Bumbill doesn't score as the goalie seemingly effortlessly blocks his shot. And dude, just look at Kaiser. This panel is so funny, bro. He's just looking over disappointed at how brain dead that play was. But alas, as all of you know, the throat goat meat goblin King Ness makes his first appearance. What was even your plan here? If he'd passed to Kaiser, that would have been a goal just now. I know you saw it too. That won't fly in this team. I don't give a shit, monkey. I'm putting my martial law into effect. Don't suck up to the wrong guy, parasite. As these two are arguing, Batra finally gets the ball and it's time for him to show us what he can now do. But sadly, before we get that, we get a flashback to FC Batra meeting Lavinho for the first time. He's like, I'm the best in the world, so why would I give you guys hints? Loki? Kind of beta, I can't lie. Won't help random 16-year-olds because they're scared they'll surpass you. Isn't Noah the best in the world right now? Listen up, kid. No matter what anyone says, I'm the best in the world. Cope. If you want to be the world's best, then you can't listen to what anyone else says. In Brazil, my home country, we have this word called ginga. It means to sway and move freely. Create your own image of what the world's best looks like. Your originality starts here. We cut to Batra asking for help on his visualizations and accidentally lets slip that he's a tad schizo. I have my own visualization too. I call it the monster.
Is this nigga serious?
Has that monster of yours disappeared? No, it's still here if I just picture it. And it's simple highlights. If you want to get stronger, just make that monster evolve to its next stage. Cutting back to the match, Batra is just absolutely spreading every opponent's cheek in his way until he eventually gets to Emogami. If you're looking for a dance partner, then I'll be the one to lead. So no one's surprised, Batra blast past Monkey Man all the way to the goal box as he scores their very first goal of our Neo Egoist League. Isagi's fascinated by Batra's new soccer, but even more than that, he's thinking, even if he were to get subbed in now, what could he even do? The next play starts when we get to see the true power of Ness and Kaiser's duo in action. Kaiser starts darting back and forth between players as Ness uses his amazing dribbling skills to weave past the opposition. Isagi's analyzing Kaiser and seems to think Kaiser's movements are the perfect embodiment of his ideal playstyle. He passes the ball to Kaiser, who instantly puts his hand out blocking Batra. That didn't even fluster him? What incredible judgment ability. He put himself in position to receive the ball while simultaneously guarding. A direct shot? No, he made it look that way. He shook off the last defender with that amazing trap. He's perfect. Then when he lands, he just needs to create a shot course. So fast! When did he shoot? I couldn't even see his leg move. That shot has totally surpassed even my ideal playstyle. Executed. God damn, not even a Kaiser fan, but this pose goes unbelievably hard, bro. Scoring a goal then bowing down to your opposition is crazy. Holy crap, he's a monster. So this is Kaiser. And clipped. I'm for sure gooning to that goal later. Isagi's over here just skittering out over how hard Kaiser just spread Batra. He's a genius. Well, actually, he's a talented learner. He's different from Batra and Nagi or Ren. He's a genius, like a logical extension of my abilities. He's achieved my ideal. No, he's already surpassed it. Ego once mentioned that a striker with true originality and an overwhelming ability to turn 0 into 1 can cause soccer to evolve endlessly. Is Kaiser the perfect embodiment of the Blue Lock ideal? While Isagi is screaming in his pants at the idea of how good Kaiser is, Levinho decides it's time for him to join the party. Noah joins too, as he would be too OP if left unbalanced. Even as grown adults, they start schizo arguing with each other, and this shit reminds me of my fucking teammates in CSGO.
Fucking ban train. They were the last one to pick the fucking map, dude.
It said your captain is dropping
I banned
map, and I saw.
In an unexpected turn of events, Noah kicks out Kunigami as Isagi is being subbed in for him. Blind Kimia starts crying as his training rank is higher, so why is it fair Isagi has to play? Noah's like, yeah, I'm aware, monkey. So then why? It's simple. Fan service.
Huh? Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
When I first read this, I was so confused, but Brody got a point though. Who the actual fuck reads Block or watches it in the actual IRL universe and would rather watch the blind monkey above our glorious demon king? Legit no one. So with that said, our sexy king makes his way onto the field. I finally get to play with the man I've admired since I was a kid. I've dreamed of this moment. I'll use this 3-minute dream to show them who Isagi Yuichi really is. And then within 30 seconds, Isagi giga fumbles the bag, leaving Levinho free to spread his team. Kaiser comes in, rubbing salt in the wound, shit talking Isagi. That was a rough point, little clown. You're nowhere near the level needed to get between those two. Shut up, queerbait. You just stood there watching and couldn't get it either. Not couldn't, I didn't. I knew I would be a hindrance to know if I joined. The fact that you didn't understand something so basic shows how much of a conceited clown you are, Yuichi. And as much as it pains me to say it as an Isagi glazer, Kaiser was low-key right here. Isagi realizes he needs to turn his admiration into an objective. I won't just keep up with them. I'll devour the superstars. The next play starts and Noah shows why he's the #1, just utterly slapping his shumi on the table, scoring with little to no difficulty. He walks off the field subbing Kunigami back in with him and letting them know this is their last chance to prove themselves, as they are easily replaceable. Before the next play starts, Isagi finally asks Kunigami what happened in the wildcard round, and he finally gets the truth. The wildcard round was an experiment to create a striker with numerical data as close as possible to Noah. Kunigami decides that's enough human interaction for the day as he starts shit talking our goat. On this team, no one will pass someone like you, Isagi. Rather than beating me, you should worry about yourself, rookie hero. Bumgami thought he ate with that until Isagi hits him with the cold water, but you're still nowhere near Noah's level. You don't get to talk down to me, knockoff hero. My goat, bro. You tell this emo muscle merchant who the real MC is. The final play starts and Batra easily evades Isagi by passing Otoya. The stronger the light is, the stronger the shadows become. With his flexible speed and the ability to match anybody's rhythm, he's this team's dynamo.
絶対は僕だと。
Eventually, though, Ness reads Batra and steals the ball. Ness goes for a deep pass to Kaiser, but our glorious goat reads it, stealing the ball for himself. Unfortunately, bro didn't have much of a plan after that and instantly gets pressed. He shoots, but is, just deflected. Wait, hold on. No way, bro. He got blocked by the inbred bucktooth guy. Oh my god. Isagi's starting to realize he has no time left, and that pressure awakens something within him. The flow. Now fully in flow, he steals the ball from his own teammate once more, but this time everything's much clearer. My glorious, sexy, perfect king dribbles around Batra. They think he's given up his own goal trying to assist Kaiser. Good boy, Yoichi.
Huh?
Bow to me. Keep yapping, monkey. Why the hell would I ever pass to you? As my goat passes to Bumgami, it's a nuclear-powered shot into the goal, winning bastard the game 3-2. Isagi, why did you pass to me? I just wanted an outcome that would be measured in numbers. I didn't do it for you, faulty hero. I just used you for my own sake. Neither one of us could score a goal on our own, so our interests aligned. Looks like you've fallen as a striker, Yoichi.
Shut your
Then Monkey Foul Beast Nest comes up trying to trash talk Isagi.
You didn't just steal my assist roll. You ignored Kaiser to pass the orange Macho Man despite his low chance of success. It was a selfish play without a shred of rationality.
The points prove it. This is the team's philosophy, right? Mommy? Daddy? Stop fighting. I'm saying this team belongs to Kaiser. You just don't get it, huh? That won't do, Ness. You gotta say sorry when you're wrong. Sorry, Yoichi. I misjudged you. You're no clown at all. Let's give you a better part. You're Kunigami subordinate. The Lunky A. In that case, Kaiser, I'll give you a roll as well. How about the naked emperor who has everything stolen from me? Oh, you're giving me chills. Mom, pick me up. I'm scared. There was no soccer ball in sight. Looking back, Isagi definitely liked being manhandled by Kaiser earlier. This is so fucking fruity. After Kaiser and Isagi stop flirting with one another, Ego comes back on the big screen, fully raising the current on this whole game. Each team has their own water known as philosophy. Rationality, freedom, order. There's more than one way to survive in that water. Will you die in agony by being unsuitable to the water, or will you adapt to it and thrive? Or will you diet to match your own colors? It's the end of match 1, so we'll announce the rankings. Your annual salary. Currently, all the Neo Egoist League matches are being observed by the World Soccer Club owners. The highest bid will prove your worth. This is our new ranking system, the Blue Lock Auction. Here is where we find out that you need to be in the top 23 high salaries to make it to the next round of block. The top 23 players will make it onto our new U20 lineup. We also find out this is being live streamed to the entire world on Blue Lock TV. The streaming service has already surpassed 80 million subscribers, and it's only 500 yen a month. Guys, that's literally like $3 a month for IRL Blue Lock content. That's an absurd deal. Like, for fucking Disney Plus, it's bare minimum $10 a month. And for what? Some absolute pile of monkey shit of a Marvel or Star Wars show? No, thank you. We quickly cut to Ren's game as he hits an absolute piss missile of the shot to win the game. And with that, we go to England's Manshine, where we must face Femboy Chiguri and the dynamic homosexual duo of Nagi and Reo. Here we meet our next master, the perfect hero, Chris Prince. And, this guy's definitely a character. Hey, little femboy, what were you after when you came to Manshine City? I want power and more forceful speed. Then out of nowhere, Chris Prince starts full groping Chiguri.
I beg your pardon?
Chris Prince is 27 years old. How old is Chiguri?
Oh no!
Alright, I've seen enough. Hadn't been waiting with the other diddlers. Eventually, though, he gropes the whole team until he's satisfied. I have a good idea of your abilities. I can see how you made it this far. But let me just say one thing. You're too reliant on your talents, and talent without self-awareness will wither away. Let's say your talent was running fast. That's not something you were taught. It's just a way of using your body that you were naturally born with. Let's say the person wanted more power. If they just develop their muscles so they can run faster, the extra weight will slow them down, ultimately making them worse overall. Yearning for power without understanding your talent's mechanism and getting an unbalanced body through reckless training will cause your talent to wither away. Being a professional means understanding yourself and being able to control your body. I pursued that and acquired the perfect unrivaled body. This brother out here glistening in the light, and our boy Chiguri legit cannot believe his eyes. Now let's begin, Blue Lockers. It's time for a full body revolution. We cut back to the present day and Isagi's in the locker room after game 1 thinking about everything that's come to light. Having everything we do sent out to the whole world is nuts, huh? It really hit me again what an incredible place we're in out here. And yeah, they start to realize they need to make a case for themselves. No matter what the position, they just need a bid. Raichi though does not want to play non-striker anymore and just realizes he needs to either replace Isagi or the 2 other nuggets in the front line. Raichi's molding that Isagi got favoritism treatment, but his boy's got his back. That's a chance he got for himself when he scored the winning goal against U20 team, so quit giving him a hard time. Yeah, Raichi, Isagi's great at grasping his own chances. Alright, I get it. It's frustrating, but I'll accept it. You see, that's what I like about Raichi. Even though at first you think he's the typical schizo angry anime character archetype, he is still very rational and down to earth, as he's aware of his own weaknesses. Yeah, all good traits, unlike Monkey Eukemia, who's turbo butthurt and delusional. I won't accept it though. Making a pass you can get in the starting lineup makes me doubt you're the type who's really trying to become the world's best. It's not like I made that pass because I wanted to. Fine, but that doesn't change the fact you disappointed me, Isagi. I don't regret making that pass, but it did make me aware of my own weakness. Then you should have accepted defeat like a big boy.
Shut your
Bro, somebody Swiss cheese this monkey already. It's so cringe. Like, brother, get a fucking grip. Your jealousy is making you look more pathetic than like a tier 3 Pokemon subscriber. Isagi stands up like, what's up?
Fuck, nigga.
Let's throw down. If pretty words were enough to steal his spot, then even an idiot can do it. You're not seeing reality. And just like that, my glorious King Isagi hits monkey blind leukemia with the truth. Kaiser walks in the room to team up with Isagi and continue dunking on this ape. Aren't you just jealous of Isagi's circumstances and achievements? You're too afraid to look directly at your own weakness, so you change the subject by poking at others' hopes and beliefs. Ultimately, you're fleeing from your own ideals and giving into ugly, foolish, low-level emotions. And yeah, bro, both Isagi and Kaiser are 100% right. This monkey needs to just stay in his own lane. Scrolling down, Weep. Next chapter rolls around, and it's basically just a backstory for blind Kimia, and yeah, it's a bit sad, but at the same time, if you're gonna be rude to my glorious goat, then I can't really feel that bad for you. We cut to the new lineup for Bastard versus England. This time, Isagi, Corona, Yukimia, and Maru have made it onto the starting lineup. Currently, this team has two philosophies. The first is an extremely rational style that uses Kaiser as the team's finisher, and the second is the block style, which triggers chemical reactions by means of all-out egotism. I want to see how this team will evolve when the prevailing let Kaiser score style blends with Block's philosophy. And with that, our team makes its entrance to the field. All of our Block friends start talking with one another, except you could just sense one evil source of energy coming from a certain orange-haired emo monkey. Ryo and Chigiri try talking to him as he emo-ly just walks away from Chigiri. The game starts and off-rip Isagi is trying to analyze Kaiser and his movements to have some kind of hint on how to beat him. He reads the play stealing the ball from Kaiser, but just as he does that, Ryo comes in stealing it right back. Ryo off-rip copies Sai's nutmeg from the U20 match and transfers to Rin's outside spin shot, scoring the first goal of the game. Now that glorious goat Maru's in net, we actually have a real goalie, and goals won't be nearly as easy to make. We get a flashback to Chris Prince training the Nuggets, and he asks Ryo what kind of player he wants to be. I want to be the sort of striker who controls the field by transforming at will to score goals. I don't want to be reliant on anyone anymore. I want the power to become the world's best on my own. Okay, Ryo, here's the next step. As far as you can see right now, tell me your ideal playstyle in as much detail as possible. My ideal, huh? The best playstyle I can imagine right now is a combination of Sai and Ren Itoshi. You know, I'm aware he said this and just showed some of his skills minutes prior, but the truth is, if he actually was able to dribble and pass like Sai with the shooting abilities of Ren, this brother would be an absolute monster on the field. But just like that, Groat Prince goes right back to his questionable methods. Next up, Chigiri Hyoma. What kind of soccer player does the ideal Chigiri Hyoma want to be? Cutting back to the match, I don't want to pass. I'll use these legs to break past the defense. I want to make my own goals as a striker. Isagi slides in trying to block Chigiri, but like, Isagi, who do you think you are, little bro? We get this amazing panel showing all of Chigiri's stats, and a 98 speed is genuinely absurd. He effortlessly blasts past Isagi as we get a flashback of Chris Prince teaching him about his golden zone. We find out his golden zone is around 19 meters from the goal at a left angle of about 44 degrees. He blasts past Monkey Gami, getting to his golden zone, scoring the first goal of the match. You're evolving too slowly, blockers. That's all very nice, Chigiri, but it'll all mean nothing when your leg shatters the next arc. He starts to explain to Isagi about his golden formula. He basically took his strongest components in his goal formula and massively improved on them to get more goals. Yoichi, is that redhead an old friend? He's good. He's fast, tough, and above all, beautiful.
Excuse me, what the actual fuck?
Chigiri, run! Touchy Kaiser may come back out to play, and you do not want to be there for that. If you keep dawdling, I might just lose interest in you. Yeah, Isagi, Kaiser is for sure.
Throbbing like never before.
You may want to vacate the vicinity. Isagi starts kind of getting lost in thought, trying to fully crack the way for him to make his presence more known in the field. And in a cocky move to try and embarrass Isagi, Kaiser passes him the ball off kickoff. Do what you want, you shitty clown. If you don't do a funny dance, the crowd won't care about you. Damn it, he's looking down on me. I swear I'll make you regret this pass, Kaiser. But unlike the last few attempts, our goat finally has someone he can coordinate with. Our glorious, stuttering shark demon Corona has come out to help our king. He's able to instantly send spots that are bad for the enemy and good for me. Then he uses his leg strength and agility to whirl into place. To use a simile? Where have I heard that word before? Oh, what What a blast from the past. I know such a massive chunk of my audience saw this word in like 3rd grade and never saw it again. A sentence comparing two things using like or as. I don't know why, but the idea of Isagi as an almost adult pulling this word out for no reason just makes me laugh. He's like a moon that revolves around me. This is our orbital resonance. They make a tear throughout the right side, but unfortunately for Isagi, Kaiser had read his play and stolen the ball right back from him. The script you wrote is so boring, Yuichi. As our glorious femboy Chigiri slides back in and stealing the ball. In that case, your script is so slow it'll put people to sleep, Kaiser. The ball gets launched through the air straight towards Ray when it's time for another big play. He passes along to Nagi, who actually makes a power play, blocking the 2 defenders. He traps the ball and does this unbelievably 6-0 reset turn, blasting past these 2 monkeys. Huh? Nagi's dribbling by himself? 1 to the right, 2 to the left, 26 yards to the goal. Is he trying to strategize by himself too? This is not the Nagi I know. Time for the debut of the new Nagi Seishiro, for better or for worse. Rayo, fuck you, man. What do you mean, for better or for worse? This is only a positive thing. The only reason you may think it was worse is because you want your favorite boy toy to be forever reliant on you, so he'll never leave you. Fuck out of here with all that bullshit. That's right, Seishiro. You don't just receive passes anymore. Show them that soccer starts with you. Things that are a pain are important. It's about time you realize that, you white-haired ape. My glorious King Nagi finally making it to the next step of his career. Alas, as we all know, this new mindset didn't last long at all. But as of right now, it's cool. We cut back to the Chris Prince flashback once more. We finally get to see Nagi's ideal. What's your ideal soccer style? I want to beat Isagi. Block star, huh? Is he your rival? Well, I guess so.
Stop the cap.
How do you imagine beating him? I just want to beat Isagi. That's not enough to be the world's best, you know. I haven't thought about being the world's best yet. I just want to beat Isagi. That's it for now. What do you normally think about when you score a goal? I just react to the ball coming my way. What about tactics? Never thought of them. Ray or Isagi always pass to me. I don't know much about soccer. Let's see. A genius or a freak? Okay. Let's gather some data, Nagi Seishiro. After doing some work with Nagi, surprise, surprise, his trapping skills are world class, but he got 0 points in creativity. Or to put it in the words of Chris Prince, it's pure dependence. It's a passive style of soccer that's influenced by your partner's quality. So what I would suggest is to play more actively. That kind of seems like a pain in the ass. There are 2 ways can be a pain. This guy's interesting, Chris. Let me help with his training. You're gonna help Aki? Augie is a pathological soccer analyst. He's called the Doctor. He's tall, black, and weirdly stares into my soul. Is he an Enderman? Listen, Seishiro, there are 2 ways things can be a pain. The first is when you have to do something, but you don't want to. Call it a passive pain. And the other is when you think of something you want to do. That's an active pain. Cutting back to the game, Nagi slams the ball way up high to Augie, which is an amazingly jaw-dropping kick back down into Nagi's trap. Not gonna happen, you frizzy doofus. Huh? You're telling me there's a whole creative world of racial and homophobic slurs you could have called him and you chose frizzy doofus? Alright. But next time if you want better insults, ask Isagi. You can't make your shot if I don't give you time to land. Time to land? I don't need that. As our glorious trapping deity hits an absurd juggling shot in midair. A midair shot? He's a monster. But somehow Monkemia jumps right in front of the ball, saving the day. Bro, we already know if he gets too worn out, his vision blurs. So after taking this shot to the face, his vision probably got blurred like another 35%. Yikes, talk about guts. Were you always like that? You're one to talk. Did you graduate from thinking everything's a pain? Yup, I'm under development. Augie starts explaining more things to Nagi as Isagi's listening and trying to take note. They're entranced by Nagi's talent. It's possible he'll be crushed here. Foreshadowing. The next play starts with a corner kick. Chigiri smashes the ball into Augie, who hits an absolutely absurd back heel kick to Nagi. When all looks lost, Kaiser jumps into the air, launching the ball away. Isagi, after seeing this, is still frustrated seeing the gap between him and Kaiser, but he's certain that the piece he needs to be the world's best will be found in this battle. I'm also still under development. Isagi bolts down the field analyzing Kaiser's playstyle. Eventually, he notices there's a weird way Kaiser uses his eyes. He's not looking at the ball. No, to be more precise, he's turning his head to take in the full picture. Rather than just focusing on the ball, he's expanding his field of view. And at this moment, everything clicked in Isagi's mind as we see the puzzle pieces coming together for our GOAT. 5 people come sliding in trying to block Kaiser's shot, plus the goalie, so that makes 6 in total. Your shot course is dead in the water. You're fucking blind. As he hits an absolute piss missile threading the needle through everyone. Kaiser impact. No, that's not it. This is what I have to devour. This big bang piece will set me on path to being the world's best. Everyone's glazing Kaiser impact and the raw power and speed behind it, but that's not something Isagi could do, even if he spent his whole life trying. What I really need to focus on is his process. How did Kaiser find and reach that shot course faster than anyone else? He basically comes to the conclusion Kaiser is almost always using peripheral vision to give himself a constant stream of information. If the field state of play is a second dimensional view, then visualizing the various players and sort of plays you want to make is the third dimension. But Kaiser sees everything from an even higher dimension. He watches players trying to make their ideal plays while looking for their mistakes and openings to better destroy them. Kaiser's eyes and brain give him a fourth dimensional view, metavision. I've never done it consciously, but I feel like I could. Wait, maybe I have done it before. Probably my first goal in block, the various times I smelled a goal, and the time when only I could detect the distortion between Ren and Sai. Those plays occurred because my eyes and brain were working at a higher level than everyone else in the field. Using it for a whole 90 minutes, is that even possible? No. But if I could do it, I could become a god. Metavision X direct shot. Is this my new golden formula? No, it's way past that. If I can pull this off, I'm sure I can beat Kaiser, but it's bigger than that. I could even beat the whole world. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, Yoichi Isagi, our glorious king, has cracked the code on how to ascend to the next level. Tell me, Yoichi, did you have fun stalking me? Or did you comprehend my plays now to your total loss of words from despair? Nah. Thank you, Kaiser. All I can see now is the hope of crushing you. As our glorious sexy king activates his Sharingans for the first time, and now standing in the same dimensional playing field as Kaiser, it's time for his comeback to go crazy. The next play starts as Isagi uses his metavision for the first time. Countless amounts of information and data is entering his head. It feels as if there's a second mind floating above me. Isagi is straight up reading all 21 other players in the field at once, making dozens of calculations a second. As Nagi does a tap lift using his new creativity, somehow Isagi comes sliding in, stealing the ball. Your creativity is just child's play to me, Nagi. This brother just straight up eviscerated Nagi with this sentence. When I first read this, I had to take like 16 double takes. What an absolutely elite, insane level of insult to make. Imagine you're Nagi, finally trying your hardest, and your play gets a no diff, and then someone says it's no better than child's play to them. At that point, you gotta either end it all or end them. I see all. I understand all. I never imagined such scenery existed. Soccer is so damn fun. Corona appears to his side, crush him from the right side. I'm ready to, don't need that. I can see way more now. Follow me, we're smashing through the center. As Isagi and Corona absolutely steamroll their way through the field, absolutely knocking over anyone who gets in their way. Isagi finally sets up a direct shot as he fakes into orbital resonance with Corona. This is the spot. The best goal piece. Damn, that ego. Isagi? He's insanely good. Metavision X direct shot. This is the rebirth of Yoichi Isagi. Sadly for our goat though, Monkey Kaiser comes sliding in, blocking off his shot course. You're something else, Yoichi. Welcome to my dimension. With no time to think, Isagi just launches the ball through Kaiser's legs as Monkey Gami, Emo Gami, Fraud Gami jumps up, stealing the goal. It's at this point Isagi is fucking furious. Rightfully so. Bro had this whole build-up scene just to have Kaiser ruin everything. You should have just let me stolen it like a good boy. Plus, you didn't have an angle to shoot it in between my legs. You just kicked it in the middle of nowhere. You sure love making assists, huh? This was the exact moment in our story where Kaiser's fate was solidified. I'll fucking kill you even if it's the last thing I do.
Guess if I'm being honest, he's a scaredy cat.
He's a scaredy cat. He's a scaredy cat. He's a scaredy cat.
What the heck? Is that your new way of saying I love you? Ref, do something! He's about to kill him and he's about to fuck him! Outstanding, Yoichi Isagi. Don't break yet. That ticket to supremacy you found can take you all the way to me. Isagi is still full mauling, but realizes he just needs to look at the situation rationally. Metavision is undeniably a superior ability, but just like I learned from Kaiser, if they have soccer IQ and know how to use their eyes, there must be pros who use this too. Especially midfielders and game makers. They could use the sensation to control the field and make passes and shots from a higher plane. Wait, so then, does that include size plays? Which I didn't understand at all during the U20 game? Maybe he has metavision too. Right now, I've undeniably made it to the next level. As he almost collapses on the field out of nowhere. What the? I feel so exhausted all of a sudden. I see. Metavision is extremely taxing, both physically and mentally. Damn, I'm finally seeing the same things as Kaiser, but seeing the same things isn't enough. I need to surpass him. I need to annihilate him. If I can't beat him once and for all, I'll never be able to prove my worth. Cutting to Ryo, he realizes that Isagi has found something mid-game and is evolving rapidly, but he doesn't let that bog him down. I want a goal, so I won't be the one who doesn't get chosen anymore. I don't want to feel that way ever again. Damn it. I'm remembering it again. I thought I was over those feelings, but whatever. Back then, I lost and grew stronger. I don't need Nagi to play soccer anymore. And anyway, winning the World Cup was originally my dream, and it's my fault for forcing him to go along with my dream and pushing my ideals on him. It's not Nagi's fault. I'm the one who needs to change. In order to live those heated days by side again, I'll prove to the world that Ryo Mikage can fight on his own. Ryo, I need you. Let's play soccer. Bro, Ryo, lock in, brother. What happened to all that shit you were just saying 5 seconds ago? Bro folded with almost negative pressure. It legit reminded me of this clip.
I don't want to steal drugs from my father. I don't want to go inside a monster, and I don't want to die.
I say it's worth a shot.
Yes, I agree. Let's do it.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, the character known as Nagi Seishiro, unknowingly to us at the time, was killed. Cutting back to Isagi, devour Kaiser, devour Kaiser, devour, kill. Brother's channeling that inner Ren I see. That was a good pass, Isagi. Your bungled shot made for a delicious meal. Thanks for that. Shut it. Don't talk to me from your dimension. You don't understand anything, do you? The details of my plays, or anything. All you did was eat the scraps of the chance I created. If you're gonna run your mouth, do it after you score. Then you can keep cleaning up my leftovers, hyena hero. Yeah, you tell that monkey goat Isagi. Kunigami's so proud of his 2 goals, as if Isagi didn't Amazon Prime hand-deliver them straight to his door. Finally, though, the next play starts. Kunigami off-rip tries to challenge Agi, but of course loses. Bro, legit looking back, every single new opponent Kunigami goes up against, he gets cooked instantly. He lost instantly to the new Bachira, instantly lost to the new Chigiri, and instantly loses to Agi. Imogami, is there anything you can do? Even though he got past Kunigami, Isagi and Kaiser both read the play perfectly, intercepting the ball. Sadly for Bastard, the ball lands at the feet of Ryo. Him and Nagi start going back and forth as Agi starts screeching at Ryo that he's stealing his agency and creativity. Shut up, Agi. This is what Nagi wants. He wants me. Alright, little bro, whatever you say. Ryo and Nagi start coming barreling down the field towards Isagi. They destroy all of the Bastard Munich players until last second, Kaiser and Isagi block off the shot course. Nagi stops as he passes back to Ryo, asking for a last second pass. Ryo realizes his dream is towards Isagi as he launches it downfield towards him. Nagi chops the ball, but Isagi reads that it's a feint volley, just like he did against Ren in Season 1. I saw through it. I can get the ball. You're shut out. Huh? Another one? Kaiser jumps in trying to steal the ball as Nagi hits a third one. What the fuck? Isagi dives in for a body block as somehow Nagi hits a 4th fake shot in a row. You've got to be kidding me. This has nothing to do with Metavision anymore. Thanks, Isagi. I'm the world's best. 5-fold revolutionary feint volley as Nagi hits one of the most absurd jaw-dropping shots in the entire history of soccer as a sport. He lets out a crazy roar of pure adrenaline and elation as the world goes crazy. What just happened? A trick? A natural phenomenon? With that fantastic goal by Seishiro Nagi, Manshine City has tied the score as we get one of the most iconic goal celebrations I have ever seen. Hitting the Crollo pose while bowing is legit pure cinema, dude. He's gained flexible ideas and he's evolving at an absurdly explosive rate. Though, honestly, I did manage to keep up with him mostly. Kaiser and I both managed to anticipate that spot. But that last transcendent technique he used was undeniably world class, though I doubt he could do it again on command. Why did it show up now? I can't just write it off to talent. What is the formula behind his performance? As we cut to Nagi just feeling pure elation at the idea of beating Isagi. Unknowingly to us though, this was the scene where we finally see his fire fade away into the wind. After beating Isagi, his ego faded. Nagi, you really are amazing. Tell me, how did you reach this point? What's your current state of mind? Well, I've been playing soccer just to beat you. Then Ryo helped me at the end, and it felt good having that dream come true. So that's really it? Yup. Right now, I feel like I've become the protagonist of this planet. Ah, I see. All this time, Nagi's been playing with the goal of beating me. Thinking about it in terms of flow, that was a suitable challenge. In that case, the plays he was trying to make on his own weren't aligned with his goal of beating me. That's why he wasn't playing at full strength. So he teamed up with Ryo and changed his challenge to something they could get absorbed in. A challenge that let him believe he's the protagonist. That's why at the end, Ryo passed towards me. He believed that challenging me was the missing piece that would trigger Nagi's evolution. With this new information in Isagi's mind, he figures out their formula. A success is worthless if not reproducible. I'll crush you. This match won't have any more miracles from the likes of you two. Ryo starts getting a bit cocky, claiming they've already surpassed Isagi. Like, little bro, you guys scored 1 miracle miracle goal. Calm down, monkey. Nagi's thoughts are already trying to think of what comes next now that he's beaten Isagi, but you can already see the passion in his eyes are just lost. F in chat for our glorious white-haired king, guys. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for an appearance from this generation superstar, Chris Prince. His boys start getting hype. At the last minute, you're doing this to make our team win? You're gonna teach us yourself? For the team? For teaching? Nah, that's nonsense. Now that it's 2-2, the last one who will score will be a hero. This is so I can score and look good. As much as Chris Prince is kind of on fraud watch after facing the HR demon Otoya, no one can deny he's at least very entertaining. That was a nice goal, Seishiro. By the way, Rayo, have you already abandoned your ideal of becoming the world's best on your own? Block is the place to create the world's best striker, right? I don't care about that. My dream was always to win the World Cup. If Nagi becomes the world's best and I'm his right-hand man, it's fine by me. If it's for my dream, then I'll make Block into my stepping stone. Ideal this, ideal that. And in the end, you're only trying to make yourself stand out, Chris. And Noah steps into the game as these two just start full skits arguing with one another, as Isagi's thinking to himself on how to adapt to this new style of play that's about to start. First, I acquired Metavision, which boosted the scope and level of my plays, but that wasn't enough to beat Kaiser. I want to use my direct shot, but if Kaiser is seeing the same things as me, he'll just catch up and try to stop me. I can't beat him in the same dimension. To beat Kaiser, I just need at least one piece that surpasses him. As we cut to the blind bandit himself, pissed off that he's basically done nothing this entire match. And truthfully, I've been writing this script and I completely forgot he was even in the match until just now. But we get this cool panel of him and Isagi both making their declaration that they will steal the last point. Let's go, Bastard Munich. I'll follow the most rational one in the field. Let's do this, Manshine. Will you just sit and watch while I score the last point? This will be a challenge to see which one of you can become the hero. This match has finally reached its crescendo. Will control this match go to the most powerful or to a dark horse? And with that, kickoff for our final play has started. Kaiser gets the ball as Chris instantly challenges him. Michael Kaiser, one of the rising stars of the World 11. Please, good sir, show me what you got. Kaiser just passes to Ness. I won't fall for your childish provocations. Hey now, you're running away? What a letdown, Kaiser. You act superior to those below you and like a differential coward to those above you. You're surprisingly pathetic, huh? Ness, give it back. I'm gonna send this geezer to hell. They have this unbelievably epic duel, but even with all of Kaiser's skills, Chris is seemingly easily keeping up with just his raw strength alone. Noah and Isagi diving for the ball as somehow Rayo gets there first. Could it be that he started using it unconsciously? Are you using Metavision? Shigiri scoops up the ball. Nice one, Chameleonaire. Wait, what the fuck does Chameleonaire have to do with this game? Shigiri blasts past everyone as Yukimiya slides in ready to take him. Back off, kitten. Alright. Yukimiya buys Kaiser just enough time to last second ruin Shigiri's shot course, but before going down, he gets the ball to Chris Prince. A press to cut off my shorts. How rational of you, Noah. But too late. Are you crazy? You don't have a shot. Rationally speaking, that's true. I'd be foolish to challenge you in those terms, so I developed this to surpass you. My new irrational weapon. He slams the ball into the air with no spin. The ultimate knuckleball. A shot even he doesn't know where it'll end up. Gagamaru is losing hope that this ball can even be stopped as Goat Sagi comes sliding in, telling him to go low. Isagi jumps up, not even looking at the ball, randomly swinging his leg. Hit something, damn it. As he ricochets the ball against the post, making a last millisecond save. I saw it, you loser. I wasn't reading the ball's course. In that instant, I could sense the most dangerous area. I gambled on rationally by guarding that area and I won. I devoured you in World's number 2. And just look at Fraud Prince, bro. This guy is absolutely molding at Isagi right now. While World number 2 is getting outplayed by 16-year-olds, Corona picks up the loose ball. He passes to Isagi as he sees a clear path to the goal to win the game. That's until monkey fuck throwing shit or Yukimiya comes in stealing the ball from Isagi. Don't think the world revolves around you, Isagi. This match is mine. First of all, it actually does. Go to Google and search up who is the protagonist of Block and tell me, what do you see? Also, second of all, who do you think you are stealing the ball from Isagi Low, bro? You are not nearly as saucy as my goat. Yukimiya does dribble past like 6 players though and takes a shot himself. He thinks he has won, but Chris Prince was done playing around and summoned the fucking Armored Titan to aid him on defense. Like, alright, I guess. Henri, my beautiful, sexy, perfect wife, gets excited at the idea of Yukimiya almost scoring a super goal, but Ego slaps her with his shimmy real quick, bursting her bubble. He basically had no chance of scoring a goal. Actually, it was good it was blocked. If he scored just now, it would have been just as dangerous as the previous goal. Huh? You mean Nagi's goal earlier? What do you mean? That was amazing. It's blowing up on social media. Like, Seishiro Nagi is the best in the world. Or, that was the goal of the century. Oh yeah? For me, that goal gave me nothing but discomfort. What do you mean? A goal's a goal, right? We're voting strikers here. So what? It had zero reproducibility. His talent surpasses most of humanity. You could even say things are going too well for him. Any achievements beyond their talent bring the danger of ruination. Nagi's deep ego is about to be tested. Oh, and boy, we know it was tested, and our GOAT failed that test. In his current state, by scoring a goal by himself would have been a miracle. His self-esteem is too high, but he's a striker, so of course he's confident. There's a difference between confidence and zealotry. What that idiot is doing is hopelessly trying to believe in a story where he's the hero. Success never comes to those who are drunk in their own story. Success lies in the intersection between your story and others. Don't get drunk on yourself. Don't get scared of the world. Now you lumps of talent. Show me you can spin together the stories that have fallen on the field. As we see Isagi walking up to Monkey Mia with a few choice words. Yo, you fat fucking donut. What do you think you're doing? Get a grip. Ugh. Team up with me, Kimiya. It's the most rational thing for both of us, and we both benefit. It's the highest probability of success, and is our most realistic option, right? Quit running your mouth. Realistic? Probability? I don't live as shrewdly as you do. I'm gonna die alongside my own goals. This is a trial that I will overcome. This stupid If you don't quit being so stubborn, it'll all end for you here. Do you want that? Working with me is clearly the best option. Just like that, you devour other people's stories. But you're only thinking about how you'll be the best at the end, right? I can finally see it, Isagi. You're exactly the same kind of self-serving shithead as Kaiser. If only shrewd bastards like you two get rewarded, then this world is messed up. At a time like this, you're still having such childish thoughts? You know what? Do what you want, you walking chromosome party, and keep dreaming all alone while you drown in your sinking ship. My glorious King Isagi, bro, slapping with him with this massive cock. You tell him. This genuinely is one of my favorite roasts in all of Block, dude. It's just so creative, man. I don't even know how the author cooks this hard when he comes up with these lines. Give me a fucking break. What part of me is anything like Kaiser? This pisses me off. I don't care anymore. Your damn self-righteous wannabe protagonist wishful thinking. Huh? Wait a minute. Protagonist? Are they the same thing? The reason Nagi was able to build up the intense concentration to beat me, and the feeling that's causing Yukimiya to believe so blindly, they believe they're the protagonist and it drives them to accomplish something. It must be that protagonist feeling. If I think about it like that, is it the same for Ryo too? The reason he's able to maintain such intense concentration right now isn't just so he can pass it to Nagi. It's because he feels like he's the protagonist. Ryo is living as the protagonist in a story about making Nagi the world's best striker. That protagonist feeling is the mental state that lets us reach the flow. It's indispensable for optimum human performance. I see. It was so obvious that I thought I understood and overlooked it completely. This world is swirling with limitless stories and protagonists. No wonder we couldn't get along. I was unconsciously trying to make him a supporting character in my story. My thinking was too shallow. This is my new piece. I'll use my metavision to grasp the protagonist feeling of all these egotists. Now with Isagi's new piece to the puzzle, he reads Ryo's pass to Nagi and blocks it. The ball flies to Chris Prince. I am super lucky boy. Noah comes in, stealing it right back from him as the loose ball flies to Chigiri. Corona reads it though and presses him, causing him to pass to Augie. Augie tries dribbling, but Kaiser runs in blocking him. He passes to Ryo, who smashes the ball into the net where Gagamaru can just barely save it. But what's this? It was actually a pass to Nagi. Yeah, Ryo, this is 100 points. No, it's 0 points. I told you it wouldn't happen again, you teen drama wannabes. What? My shot-like pass? In Nagi's black hole trapping, he saw through all of it? When fellow protagonists overlap and work towards a common goal, it creates a chemical reaction. If I can analyze their various protagonist feelings and just work backwards from the points where they intersect, I can even crush super goals like that one. Until finally, I'm the protagonist. Isagi finally gets the ball, but as he looks further ahead, he realizes no matter what he tries, his play will be stopped. When all hope for our GOAT looks lost, Noah comes in to back him up. Expand your thinking further. With me on the field, you have far more options. Now, what can you see? Isagi can actually see so many routes to a goal, but he can't decide which one to pick since there's just so many. Discard the noise. This is about mental selection. Prioritize rationality deep in your mind. If only one thing can be granted to you, what is it you desire? I want to beat Kaiser. And with that, Isagi, Noah, and Corona start tearing through the enemy team and even part of their own team. We even cut the ego glazing our glorious GOAT as well. Swallowed up Block. And bring this to an end, egotist Isagi. Cutting back to the match, Chigiri comes sliding in trying to steal the ball from our GOAT. Hope you haven't forgotten about my speed. Huh? Not at all. I can see your protagonist feeling too, as our sexy god hits an insane around the back dribble to get around the femboy. Nagi slides in, but like, he was never going to do anything, let's be real. Until finally Yukimiya comes sliding in trying to steal the final ball. Isagi spins around him. I was waiting for you, sinking ship. You were my last piece. Huh? He let me run past him so the defense would react to me? He used me as bait to open up a space for himself? He bested me. No way. Do you imagine this much? My thinking, my plays, know everything on the field. Even my fixation was part of his calculations. You're a god. Or a demon. As Goat Soggy finally makes his way to the goal box, and right as he's about to shoot, the fat shit himself, Kaiser, comes sliding in once more. Look, Yuichi, your climax is getting ruined by me. Yeah, Kaiser, you're perfect. If you hadn't come, I would have been the hero. But since you came, the one I left sunken in the darkness is coming back from the brink of death. Isagi grabs Kaiser and gets right in his face. Did you imagine this last pass, Kaiser? My challenge was to beat you at anything at all. This choice is my best piece right now. This is guiding me to the flow. Tell me, Kaiser, how does it feel to be the clown in my story? My glorious king. Oh, no one does it like you, my goat. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we get arguably the most iconic line in all of Block so far. Kaiser is over here just straight up shell-shocked. You're crazy. As Yukimiya hits the final goal in the game, giving Bastard the win over Manshine City. The next chapter rolls around as Isagi and Yukimiya apologize to one another for the harsh things they said, and Yukimiya just has to ask, how did you foresee the succession of plays? Didn't you have an option to shoot and score yourself? Yeah, I did. If Kaiser hadn't come in, I definitely would have scored. But he came to steal the ball from me without any wasted movements. I couldn't score with my current skills. That's why I set you up for a shot. I'd prepared a trump card that no one else understood. All so I could beat Kaiser. Also, I could prove I was this match's top performer. And Yukimiya, after hearing all this, is just shook, realizing the terrifying levels of strength Isagi has reached now. They have some friendly banter as it seems they aren't enemies anymore, but the meat goblin goat himself, Ness, comes in to defend his golden god.
No. That pass was a garbage move for a striker. Sore loser, Yuichi. Piece of crap, Yuichi.
You want me to explain it all again? Kaiser's boy toy. I go. Shut up. Yo, Loki, someone gotta check on Ness here, bro. He's legit having a schizo meltdown and just repeating himself over and over again. Kaiser comes in though, putting a leash on his slave. Shut up, monkey. I'll acknowledge you, Yuichi. Back there, in that one moment, your thinking was a step ahead of mine. This match was yours, but you had Noah on your side. Next time, let's fight without Noah. We're strikers, right? So let's settle this with actual goals. What do you say? Isagi had played to the point of exhaustion, which caused him to overheat, passing out. Now, hate Kaiser all you want, but he did catch Isagi from falling on the floor and potentially hurting himself. Listen, he may be a villain, but he's not a monster. This now concludes the third match in our Neo Egoist League. Before leaving though, I love how at the bottom of this page we see all of Nagi's stats and his coaching is a 1. I mean, fair. Imagine Nagi trying to teach a new player how the game works. That would be atrocious. Isagi wakes up after being passed out for over 10 hours in Noah's chambers. He starts babbling on and on about his new method for fighting against Kaiser, and while he's yapping, Noah realizes why Ego chose Isagi. I heard the same thinking in soccer theory as yours from a former teammate. That man was the first rival in my life and a man hopelessly obsessed with soccer. And now, he's the nutjob who created Block, Jinpachi Ego. Isagi cannot even believe what he just heard. Ego and Noah used to be rivals? Ego also tells them that the new bids were released while he was passed out. They used the current top 5 in Block. First and fifth, we have Bomgami after stealing your goal. Next and fourth, we have our glorious king Isagi Yuichi with a new bid of 50 million. In third, with a bid of 66 million, we have the schizo demon himself, Batra. In second, we have the man who hit arguably one of the most impossible shots in all of soccer history, Seishiro Nagi. Little did we know this was the absolute peak of Bro's career. And then finally, in our number 1 spot, the villain who scored a hat trick against Spain, Shohei Barou. I know all the Barou fans at this moment were more hyped than ever before because this was the one and only time in the entire story where he was ranked first. Let's just ignore the fact that Ren hadn't played a second game yet, but it's okay. As luck would have it, our next opponent is Barou's team, Italy's Ubers. We cut to an interview with Isagi in this interview. You've been chosen by Block's management as the man of the match. You've received a salary offer of 50 million yen from Bastard Munich, and the whole world is talking about you right now. So, how does it feel? I'm really happy. I was just a high school student, so being given this chance is a huge honor in itself. I think that right now, I'm changing my life in Block. Well, yeah, no shit, Isagi, you're changing your life. Legit, 6 months ago, you were a turbo nobody, and now you're versing world-class players under 20 with a 50 million yen bid. So, about the comments from Bastard Scouts. I want to use him as a new type of midfielder, one that excels at both offense and defense. Well, I'm grateful for that as testament, but I want to live as a striker. Even if others want me to make combination plays and passes, I want to be a forward who ultimately scores goals. I want to win with my goals. I have no intention of giving up that egotism. And with that, our glorious king makes what he wants known. Also, speaking of these comments from the scouts, there's a chunk of the Block community that actually believes Isagi's not a striker. And I don't even know what to tell you guys because that take is just straight up brain dead. We cut to the next chapter where we get a Hiori backstory, and without even getting into it, this guy legit has one of the most questionable brain dead parents I've ever seen. Also, on a second side note, Hiori's dad is black. So does that mean this white as snow femboy can say the N-word? You know, I just found this Reddit image for the video, but reading the comments, these are pretty funny. Well, he is a gamer. His dad was a silver medalist in judo and his mom was a silver medalist in the high jump. Since they were both second place bums, they legit only get married to create a super athlete so they could live through someone that was in first for once. Low-key, hella pathetic. Like, where are your egos? You all are both in second place. Just improve a bit and get first place. Like, hello? Actual mental illness mindset from these two. Okay, so for this next scene, I really want to stress to you guys that these guys are fully grown adults. He wakes up and he hears some noise and finds his parents arguing.
I told you, his numbers aren't high enough. You're in charge of dietary restrictions, so do your freaking job. Blame it all on me. You must be your training that sucks.
Now, I know both these guys are insanely stupid, but truthfully, if the dad's in charge of soccer training and the mom's in charge of the diet, then this is definitely the dad's fault, not the mom's. Hiori not being good enough isn't because he doesn't eat enough celery, I promise, monkey.
He won't become pro at this rate. So then what? Oh, just stop it. Why do you think I married you in the first place? That's my line, dumbass. Our lives will have been wasted if he ends up a half-assed athlete. You don't have to tell me that, idiot. All our dreams are riding on that boy.
With all due respect, guys. Which is none, by the way. If this is all you have going for you in your pathetic lives, you may as well just off yourselves now, as this is just beyond pathetic.
If he doesn't become the world's best, or getting divorced.
At the sight of this, he falls backwards down the stairs, hurting his leg. They both start full schizoing out, but he already realizes it's not him they love, it's his talent. He'll continue to keep playing soccer, but not even because he likes it. He just wants to keep his schizo parents together. We eventually get this flashback conversation with Karasu, and he helps shine some light on the situation for Hiori. You're something special, huh? Your natural physical abilities and the ball handling skill you honed. Your soccer IQ is nuts too. And that left leg kick sense is just too sexy.
Excuse me, what the actual
But in the end, your tenacity at the goal is mediocre. Your plays look like your body and mind ain't in sync. You don't really like soccer, do you? Yeah, you're amazing, Karasu. I'm impressed you could even tell. Karasu, do you like having expectations put on you? I've had expectations put on me all my life, so maybe that's why I came to hate soccer. That's so mediocre. Worry later about what others think of you. Start with yourself. Make your own expectations for yourself. Find what makes you excited. That's the only place you can start, dumbass. It was really at this moment where Hiori was stumped. He's been playing soccer his entire life for his parents, but never really gave thought into what he wanted. If his parents weren't around, he doesn't even know what he'd want to do. As we cut back to the present day, he doesn't like soccer, but he does enjoy block, as it's an escape from his annoying ass parents. We cut back to Nagi and Ryo celebrating after their bids. Ryo is hyped about making 40 mil yen, as if his dad doesn't make that in like 6 minutes doing nothing. Nagi does make the point though that bro is a little bit over celebrating considering they lost the game, but Ryo just simply doesn't care. As long as he can play with his Pookie Bear, he's content. To be honest, it's hard for me to imagine what the world's best even looks like. In that moment, I was so incredibly happy, and it felt like a dream, but I don't think I can be the world's best right away. I still don't even understand my own motivation. Wow, it's almost like Ego said that exact thing in the very start of Block. Before the third match in the Neo Egoist League, we see Kaiser and Ness talking about Isagi. Up until now, I've crushed all the guides I decided to crush. Naive rookies, B-list veterans, fading superstars. You could say that crushing their lives was my sole source of joy. This time, a super ace has appeared in Japan. I thought he was the same kind of small fry as before. During that match, he surpassed my expectations. I was certain I'd broken his spirit countless times. I crushed him again and again, but every time Yoichi stands up and opposes me, it's almost as if the walls that stand before him are his source of joy. He's seriously nuts. Normal people don't think like that. Yoichi is a ruler who is masquerading as a clown. If I can take down Yoichi, then my name will resound throughout the soccer world. You're right for the plucking, Yoichi. As Kaiser's getting fired up at the idea of being Isagi in front of the whole world, Ness walks out of the room. Kaiser is so fired up about someone other than me. Damn you, Yoichi. My brother in Christ, get a grip. This show ain't never beaten the gay allegations. Like, why are you as a man grabbing your shmeat and biting your lip? Well, regardless, we cut to the Block Boys training. First, they're doing cardio training, and to no one's surprise, bum Igiguri falls apart and dies in the field. Then they do some passing practice until finally Isagi asserts dominance and blind Kimia once more in a scrimmage game. Everyone is just now realizing what a monster he's truly become. But for real, Isagi, in that match, your reading and movements were divine. From the outside, it looked like you were controlling everyone in the field. Since you were able to read his mind and his protagonist feeling, I think you looked like a god or ruler to Yuki. A ruler who controls the whole field. Wait, is that the same as I felt the first time I fought against Ren? And now that's what I'm able to do against the world's best players in this Neo Egoist League? I really have made it to an amazing level. But even if this training goes well and I can level up, my odds of beating Kaiser are still like 40%. There's no point unless I have a 100% chance of victory. I'm still lacking something that will steal goals 100% of the time. As we cut to Hiori and Raichi skits arguing with one another, I've mastered a technique that will make the enemy get a foul almost 100% of the time. And somehow after hearing this monkey fight between these two, you get an idea. With this theory, I can beat Kaiser as he runs off to find Emogami. And as much as I hate him, bro, this guy is straight fucking built. He's squatting 6th place around 585 pounds, which is fucking absurd at his age. We gotta see what they were doing in the wildcard round, because Ego may be doing an unethical test, blasting the players with Tren or something. But with that, we cut to the next starting lineup being announced. This kid's over here like, I like Ness. Huh? Yeah, your dad for sure left for the milk load, bro. Firstly, our goalie. Goat Barou, to no one's surprise. Next, the two defenders are these two absolute nuggets. I know this is off topic, but 99% of these U20 players from these other countries are complete garbage. Most of the German dudes don't even touch the ball more than like once the entire arc at most. But back to the lineup, our two wingbackers are Corona and Yukimiya, until finally we get to our defensive midfielder. Crucial to this match, Jingo Raichi. And just like that, folks, our glorious goat Raichi finally makes his appearance on the field. And you know, I'd just like to point out everyone was super impressed by Rayo's abilities to have all A's in his stat sheet, but when you look at Raichi's, it's fairly balanced and strong as well, bro. Then we have our midfielders, Isagi, Ness, and Grim, and the two strikers, Kaiser and Kunigami. Okay, and before we move on, I gotta say, Slen, as stated earlier, these scores aren't averages, but overall indicators on a player's usefulness and abilities. Okay, so in what universe is Kunigami a 91 overall and Isagi an 88? Those numbers would tell you Kunigami is more useful in a game, but like, how could you even argue that after the Manshine game? And if you look, it says Kunigami and Isagi have the exact same defense rating. Brother, how? Kunigami has legit gotten folded in every 1v1 he's taken, and it legit has done like 0 defensive plays, whereas Isagi, on the other hand, has stolen the ball multiple times mid-play and made multiple last-second game saves. Generally, stats from the author here, and somehow Kaiser's defense is lower than Emogami's. Like, what is this glaze for this bum? Regardless though, our next opponents this time is Italy's Ubers. With their legendary defense and their Master Snuffy, this team of nerds is known for its intellect. The key to this match will be in individual duels. It's time to duel Bashed Munich. Don't forget, we're competing over actual goals. Don't run away, Yuichi. Same to you, monkey fuck. As we enter the arena, we see this tough-ass picture of Ubers. Well, actually, it would be tough if fucking Barou was looking the correct way. It's like they were all told to face their opposition, and he's like, I'm here for revenge, as promised, Isagi. He ain't gonna let you hit, just let it go, man. Isagi's just happy to see all his old friends, and Sendo tries to chime into all the fun. Who's he again? The former U20 ace. Oh, Mendo. As he's skittering out because no one remembers him or his name, Barou comes to shit talk Isagi. Yo, I've missed you, loser. They both start falling apart, and Iku's just like, you two friends or something? They start monkey screeching at one another as the Ubers players mention that they helped to dye Barou's hair red. Barou started talking about how he wants to get pumped up before he faces Isagi again. You got all dolled up, huh, Barou-chan? I said it ain't like that. I'm just changing my image. Like a maiden on the eve of a date. King, or like Princess Barou. As Barou gets pissed and tries to eliminate 2 of his teammates from Block itself. So anyway, Isagi, we on Ubers are gonna steal Block's throne. Just look at Sendo, bro. He's barely weaseling his way into the panel. He wants to be involved so badly, but legit no one cares about him, man. But with that, the game has now started. Off rip, Kaiser, Grim, and Ness make a tear through the field. Ness pushes up like he's in a suit, baiting the defense forward, leaving it open for Kaiser to score. An impossible to predict, surefire preemptive strike. Yo, Mika. He stopped him? Holy shit. So this is the heart of Uber's defense. The defender in the new Gen 11. The ace eater, Lorenzo. Lorenzo gets the ball and instantly blasts past Kunigami with no difficulty. What's this? The 4th 1v1 Kunigami lost without even putting up an iota of resistance. Absolute turbo shitter. But Lorenzo continues his charge, just absolutely farming anyone who gets in his way. Right as everyone's focused on him thinking he's about to shoot, he cross passes to the king. Right as Barou's about to shoot, our glorious King Isagi comes flying in, stealing the ball from Barou. So this is the secret to your hat trick. Nice work, new king. My glorious king asserting dominance on his opposition once more. Yuki once again tries diving in to steal the ball from Gosagi, but he easily reads it. Did he let me charge in close to help him dodge that defender? A god's vision in the body to put it into action. He made it this far and is still growing. That's why you're my goal. Usagi and Corona start legit steamrolling through the opposition as it seems legit no one can stop them. Then last second, Ness slides in trying to mess up Isagi's shot.
Yoichi, Based on your data, your direct shot is a faulty move that can only be made with your right leg. If I do this to throw off your axis, it leaves you powerless. One garbage Yoichi ready to go.
Yeah, that would work on the old me. As our glorious, newly ambidextrous king scores his first goal in the Neo Egoist League with his new lefty direct shot. My king. As we get the flashback of his meeting with Kunigami days before the match, I realized my direct shot's weakness is that I can only shoot precisely with my right leg, but you copied Noah's body and now you can shoot with either leg. So teach me, Kunigami, how can I become ambidextrous like you? What are you blabbering out of nowhere? Piss off, you clingy stalker. Unfortunately, Isagi fully underestimated the raw emo nature of Kunigami as he wanders off, but to both their surprise, Chigiri appears. I came to see Kunigami. He wouldn't say a word to me during or after a match. It's been so long and there are many things I want to say. Leave me alone. I don't have anything to say to you. Piss off. But before anyone can say anything, the main man, Botcher himself, also makes an appearance. Let me join the fun. I saw your last match, the Germany versus England one. It was so amazing that ego juice gushed out of my pores.
What do you mean by that?
So, I came to make a request. Let me train with you. Good idea, monster. I'm in. Don't give me that crap. I'm not here for some friendly alumni reunion. But with that, our four main egotists got some fun, friendly training in, and boy, do I have a treat for you guys. The author released some insight in what was going on in Kunigami's head after this, and it's just gold. After the match with England, I finally got to train with Isagi, Botcher, and Chigiri. Not that it was fun or anything. Bro is trying so hard to pretend he's this nonchalant, mysterious entity, but we can see through you so clearly, brother. But yeah, at this point, this image perfectly describes Kunigami. And look, I even found a shirt he can wear on top of it. The next play starts and you thought we were done with flashbacks? No, baby, we are just getting fucking started. Snuffy introduces himself to the Block Boys. Before we start training, I just have a question. What is soccer to all of you? My dream. My only choice. Something worth gambling my life on. I see. But what if those things don't come true? If you lose soccer, what will you have left? People who can't answer this question are amateurs who can only live in their dreams. For professionals, winning is their duty. That's how we get money and feed ourselves. Soccer is work. Try thinking of this team called Ubers as a company. That makes matches business, and you're the employees that keep it running. Using the data for all the players here, I've concocted game plans, offense, defense, in various situations. These are all of our tactical patterns. So if any pattern occurs that's not here and we lose, the responsibility lies with me, the executive. It's not your responsibility as employees. Become the limbs for my tactics, boys. I'll keep up. Alright, let's do this. Let's try our hands. And everyone's getting hyped for this new playstyle except for a certain someone. But that's where our flashback ends for now. We cut to Ubers getting close to Bastard's goal box as Gagamaru is analyzing the incoming attack. They keep passing to one another as he comes to the conclusion that it really will be Barou to shoot. Although to everyone's surprise, Barou actually passes the ball backwards to Nico, who passes to Sendo, who passes to someone else, who passes to someone else. In such a small cluttered area, we lose sight of the ball. Wait, who even has the ball right now? I can't see. As we see the ball going flying into the net. And you guessed it, it's time for another flashback. Soccer is work? What a spineless philosophy. I won't play that kind of boring soccer. As Bo just straight up leaves. Snuffy finds Barou training as he tells him he's the strongest striker on the team, so pretty please just give his strats a try. But he just turns them down. Soccer isn't work to me, it's a means to become a king. I like that, Shoei Barou. You really are the best. But you think being a prodigy makes you better than others, don't you? Barou. Just like you, there was a time when I had everything riding on my own talent, and making that come true with me was my best friend, but we messed up. Our performance dropped due to lack of practice, so we pushed ourselves too hard and got hurt, causing us to get kicked off the starting lineup. Humans can fall in an instant. Huh? What's the point of that damn sob story? Then, after his mind broke, my best friend offed himself. Barou, would you still like yourself if you stopped being a prodigy? What do you think about becoming my successor as the king of Ubers? And after a speech rivaling the greatest in anime, anyone would fold right here, right? Fuck no. I'm me. I'm nothing like your buddy who screwed up and died. I don't need a crown given to me, and I don't want to end up as an adult scared of the future like you are. We cut to Barou stretching in the relaxation theater room as Lorenzo changes the channel. Barou starts being typical Barou, full skittering out over everything until Lorenzo gives us, guess what? Another flashback. At least this one's fairly short. Lorenzo's parents abandoned him and he was basically a homeless bum living on bags of trash on the brink of death. For some inexplicable reason, Snuffy decides, yeah, this guy's at his lowest. I can make him into my slave. Starting to sound a bit familiar, guys. He made my dream come true in an instant. Isn't that crazy? For me, a guy who was living like trash. What are you trying to say? Snuffy never abandons anyone, even if they're trash. He's a crazy adult who can give you a future. Snuffy comes into the room telling him it's time to train and Lorenzo fucking Barks? Oh, legit every character in the show is like a tier 8 autist. I'll give your work a try, but not as your successor, but as a striker that surpasses you. And we see Barou learns how to use his new vision, not to shoot when he wants to, but to shoot when the defense wavers. Isagi is analyzing Ubers, and the new Barou realizes that just like him, he's learned a new way to use his eyes. Monkey Ness is over here in the corner seething as Kaiser comes over being like, chill the fuck out, Riri. We can deal with Lorenzo. We can win. The next play starts with Ness and Kaiser making a run down the field. Ness lobs it over Lorenzo, but the nerd strats of Ubers come in as Ryu's already there to read it, swatting the ball back down. The ball goes to Lorenzo, and when all looks lost, our goat Isagi flies in, stealing it back from him. If I stop and let them think, then Ubers with their group techniques and countless patterns are superior. But when it comes to individual technique of finding seams in the game's flow and movements, my meta vision is superior. As somehow Nico comes in swiping the ball away from Isagi. Your eyes and brain are really amazing, and mine are the same as yours. As a surprise to everyone, Nico also now has metavision. We cut to Ness once more schizoing as that's what he's best at.
What should we do, Kaiser? Stupid Lorenzo is being a real pain. Damn, shit. At this rate, Yuichi's gonna score.
Be quiet. You're the one who's shit. Don't let your puny brain lose control of your emotions. Just have faith. Nothing's impossible for me. The next play starts with a throw-in, and right as Ness gets the ball, Mr. Emo to the Extremo comes flying and stealing it. He flies past one nugget, but there's a 0% chance he scores here. Isagi and Nico both read with the ball perfectly landed, and as Nico thinks him and Isagi are evenly matched, our glorious defensive goat Raichi comes flying and blocking Nico. You're too drunk on your own eyesight. You were too concentrated on what came next, so you focused too much on me and the ball. If you turned your head for even a moment to check, you would have seen what Raichi was up to. The way you use your eyes and brain is still second rate. Yeah, you tell this bum Isagi. Whenever Nico thinks he's an equal or even a rival to Isagi, I just sit here and laugh. Bro's huffing that copium hard. And just as Isagi's about to score, Aiki comes sliding in. Wow. This metavision thing is like superhuman perception. But with this new visual prowess, Isagi's out of options until Yukimiya finally appears at his side. Isagi! Pass to this sinking ship. Isagi legit has 0 other options. We finally just decides to pass. To everyone's surprise, somehow Lorenzo has already read the play and is ready for the interception. And then to everyone's shock even more, Kaiser finally appears, stealing it from Lorenzo. Kaiser? He got me. Did he outwit me? All my thinking? He used me to get Lorenzo off his back. No, not just me. Everyone. He transcended all of us. Sendo slides in trying to steal the ball, but like, who do you think you are, little bro? And he gets easily evaded. Ryu comes flying in trying to ruin his shot as he smashes Kaiser, sending him flying upside down through the air.
Hey, that's a foul.
Target locked.
Suck on this, pussies! Holy shit. The high-level battle of wit, the coordinated evolution. He managed to destroy all of it. Kaiser is this match's game changer. The Meat Goblin King comes sliding in full glazing Kaiser. This is the talent of the future world's best. Hey Ness, shut the fuck up. Genuinely, to the 3 Ness fans out there, is this your GOAT? A mere robotic slave who's only programmed to love one person who abuses him and doesn't care for him at all? You think I'd celebrate a hyena goal I made thanks to Yuichi? It sucks, but we are competing for goals after all, and I'll be the one to get the final point. It's amazing that he was able to anticipate my moves, but beyond that, his shot just now was absolutely world class. I could never make a shot like that, even if I practiced it thousands of times. Nobody on this field, nobody in the world has abilities like that. I don't know about that one, little bro. I'm pretty sure my zesty goat could pull it off, no cap. But right now, he's totally focused on me. Otherwise, that goal would have been impossible. We've reached the point where he can't score a goal without grinding for what I'm gonna do. Yoichi Isagi has infiltrated Kaiser's brain. This feels amazing. But just as he's celebrating, Sendo and Corona fall to the floor in pure exhaustion. I mean, I'm not that surprised. This is what happens when people try to keep up with the peak specimen known as Yoichi Isagi. But with that, Snuffy decides it's time for him and Fukaku to step in. Yo, Fukaku wasn't even good enough to be Uber's primary goalie, and he still made it over Nagi in the top 23. In what universe? But with that, Noah and Snuffy both make their appearances on the field. And watching Isagi getting fired up, our glorious femboy Hiori is now for the first times ever in his soccer career raring and ready to go. The next play starts as Uber takes a new hyper offensive formation. They start passing, but once again Isagi reads the final pass, but right as he steals it, Snuffy slides in first. Your eyes are as good as they say, Yoichi Isagi. But as this happens, Noah comes flying into box Snuffy with Isagi. But somehow, even with the double press, Snuffy's ball handling technique is just too strong for them to handle and keeps possession, passing to Lorenzo, who passes to Nico. Ness comes sliding in, trying to block Nico, but gets no diffed as Nico passes to Snuffy, who quickly passes to Barou, who shoots without missing a beat. Luckily, Isagi and Kaiser read it perfectly, blocking the shot, but once more the loose ball lands at Snuffy's feet as he moves on to the next strat. He once again gets the ball where no one's expecting it. Kaiser comes sliding in. I see you, asshole. But you just see me, right? As Snuffy jumping heads it to Nico, who back heals it to Barou, and once again Isagi barely makes it in time just to barely save it. Hey Isagi, are you having trouble? The essence of Snuffy's plays is Jujutsu. It's giving him a deep understanding in kinesiology and physical contact, and by combining those things with his soccer skills, he's devised his world-class hold-up plays and ball retention abilities. The same goes for his passing and shooting, of course. As a pure striker, he can't hold a candle to me, but he's really an all-purpose soccer player who can shine in any position. In terms of cumulative skill, I rate him as the world's best player. Then, how can he be defeated? I don't know. In any case, what I came to tell you is to endure for 3 minutes. If you can do that, Snuffy's time in the field would end and this difficult situation will change. There are times when endurance can open a path forward. And with this last piece of advice, Isagi's puzzle piece starts appearing once more. Endurance. Raichi! Are you willing to die? The next play starts and who do they choose to defend the greatest player in the world? You guessed it. Go Raichi. Let's go. Of course, when dealing with a player of Snuffy's caliber, you need to call in the big guns. We get the real quick flashback to what Isagi told him before the play started. Cover Snuffy for me. I need you to duel him. Cover myself? That's easy for you to say. I'd be doing it already if I could. Right. But that's why I don't want you to cover him normally. Stay within a 2-meter radius half circle. This is protractor covering. Just stay within 2 meters of Snuffy's forward 180 degrees. You can intercept the ball if it comes in that area, but your primary task isn't to steal the ball. Listen up, Raichi. Whatever happens, don't you dare leave that half circle area. This is a plan based on your endurance, tenacity, and dueling abilities. If you mess this up, they'll just laugh you off with some small fry. But if you can fluster Snuffy here, the name Jinga Raichi would soar up as a world-class player. Raichi, can you become a sacrificial pawn? Sexy protractor mode. Let's go, Raichi! Raw! Our glorious goat Raichi is fighting against the best player in the world and actually slowing him down. I won't let you, but I'm not trying to steal the ball. My simple job is just to get in the way. Then Raichi is blocking his point of view. It restricts his options to the point where Isagi can actually kind of read which play Snuffy's going to use. And using this, Isagi steals the ball from Lorenzo. This is Raichi x Isagi's long distance defense coordination. Somehow though, IQ reads it and blocks Isagi. Damn. I'm rock hard right now. Brother, this is like dialogue you'd expect to see in like Dragon Ball Abridged, not the official manga. But yeah, when Snuffy was getting covered, the plan was to have IQ in recovery mode. Ubers was even able to anticipate the plan that I just desperately ad-libbed. How are they this high level? My brain still isn't world class. As we cut to Gagamaru in goal, but this time with no one blocking his view. No, you did well, Isagi. I don't know why, but maybe I feel like I can stop this one. And just look at his eyes. Our glorious Goatmaru is in flow. It's all over for any striker versus a flow state Goatmaru. One more defender runs in trying to stop Barou, but this time Gagamaru can read it. All that's left is his shot timing. I think maybe, no, definitely. It'll be once I can't see him anymore. I thought so, King. I can touch it. I can repel it. No, I can catch it. As our glorious King Goatmaru saves Barou's predator eye shot. Who else is blocking this? He launches the ball downfield to Isagi. He's the god of defense. You're goddamn right he is. Him, Noah, and Yukimiya start to tear down the field. Right here, Yukimiya. Feel it. Pass it to me right now. Unfortunately, he passes too high to Isagi, where Snuffy is able to swat it from the sky. No, I wanted to pass to my feet. A lob is too slow. At this level of play, a half-second delay is a major blunder. I need someone who perfectly shares the same visualizations as me. I was able to see it. Ubers has the ball and makes their way upfield. Isagi is locked the fuck in. I'll crush them. My eyes and brain are at full throttle. Isagi comes behind Barou, ready to block his play. Uber's tactics are definitely correct, and the whole team's moving logically for a win, but that's not the top level soccer that I can visualize. Ubers is just a mindless team that moves according to what Snuffy has deemed correct. How can someone so domesticated to be the world's best striker? You've totally lost your ego, Barou. And as he's about to steal the ball, Barou stops. Hey, Snuffy. If I had shot according to design, then my shot would have been blocked. How many times are you gonna shame me? 4 times. That's how many times Isagi stopped my shots. So I'm submitting my resignation due to unfair labor practices. I'm sick of this stupid fucking war. Barou's ego isn't dead yet as Barou starts his rampage down the field. What you doing, Barou? Shut the fuck up, you brain-dead robotic ape. Even with this team you've designed, it's still not enough to surpass and crush the hell out of Isagi as he smashes the ball across to IQ. Come on, Limbs. That's all you guys are good for, right? Oh, what the heck. Things are now getting interesting. Damn. Guess we gotta do it. For real? The disciplined team that Snuffy created has been usurped by Barou? Hey, Barou, show me what you can do, you bastard. Use this team I built to surpass my designs. Shut up, monkey. This team you built is definitely outstanding. It's probably the best environment for mediocre soccer players. But It doesn't have enough despair for me to thrive. When I lost to Isagi, I despaired from the bottom of my heart at my own weakness. That's why I was able to change. I went crazy and clawed my way back up. But this place, there's an ideal choice. If you fail, it'll just be the master's fault. I just can't live for that kind of guaranteed future. If I'm holding the hope of being the world's best, then I need a corresponding despair on the other side of the scales. If I fail, the whole world will laugh at me and my life will fall to pieces. Only glory with that risk of despair is enough to make my soul tremble. And just as he gets in the goal box, Isagi and Kaiser both appear. Barou, you're the only one I can't stand to lose to. As we get this glorious face-off at the end of the chapter, Barou maneuvers out of their way and Isagi realizes he's about to shoot. I won't live for a future someone else has decided for me. And if the day comes where I can't become the #1 king in the world, I'd rather go out in a blaze of glory. As Barou hits an insane double nutmeg through Kaiser and Isagi's legs. Out of my way, you sensible grown-ass adults. My future is up there. Snuffy hears him loud as clear as he body blocks no one knows so the ball can finally fly into the net. And with that monstrous awakening, the score in our match is now 2-2. And you guessed it, another flashback. We see Snuffy and his friend winning and gaining all the fame and glory in the soccer world. Unfortunately, as we heard, they kind of got cocky and fell off. Let's grow up, Mick. The time has come for us to choose a new future wisely and tenaciously. What the hell? So what about the dream? To dominate all 5 major European leagues? Well, we need to give that up for now and rethink things. You died, huh? Well, actually, spoilers, it was you, but sure. If you can't see the same dream as me, then fuck off. Listen, Snuffy, I'll give you one last piece of advice. No matter the era, the ones who breathe new life into the world aren't the wise adults who do things the right way. Inventions, revolutions, any kind of innovation begins with the nonsense spouted by shitty brats. Unfortunately, we all know what happened after the scene. Right to the end, I couldn't see the same dream as you, so our dream didn't come true. I'll carry on your nonsense by myself. As everyone in Uber is getting hyped up Barou's goal, that goal wasn't in my designs. It was a win for your ego. Huh? I don't need your flaccid hindsight-based praise. Winning the 5 major leagues and fulfilling your dead friend's dream, then retiring without regret? Is that how a wise adult lives? I won't let a second-rate striker run off with a trophy like that. Not as long as I'm on the field. Withdraw your retirement, Snuffy. You and I haven't settled things yet. Hey, Mick, what you said at the end? I feel like I can try believing in it now. Until I die, I'll be a shitty brat with dreams too. Oh my! Did you hear that, everyone? Thanks to the inspiration of Shoei Barou's super goal, Snuffy has retracted his plans for retirement. This news bomb, which will shake the entire soccer world, went off right here in Blue Lock. Let's go, Barou, my glorious schizo king. The raw passion emulating off this guy is so entrancing that the greatest soccer player in the world has decided to not retire in order to keep dreaming. I hope in the final World Cup arc in the entire show we get to see the Barou Snuffy fight. That shit would be legendary. Cut into Isagi, he is not happy about how things turned out. That bastard took away everything. I'm so close, but I can't imagine beating Barou or Kaiser. But with that, the 3-minute timers are over and now the subs are coming back in. Jin Kiora, you'll be our right back. Wait, Noah, we can't win that way. What's your opinion? Kiora is definitely excellent, but to beat Ubers now, nothing will change with such a calculated replacement. We need the next game changer who will breathe some new ideas into the team. Let me summon him.
With this treasure, I summon
Hiori.
My goat is entering the field. Hiori, you can use Metavision, right? Yeah, the peripheral vision thing you mentioned earlier. Right. Earlier when I got stopped by Snuffy, how'd that look to you? Oh, if that pass had gone to your feet, we would have won. That makes things easy. What I need right now is that composed point of view you have. So, do you have a plan? Nope. You know, seeing those two really reminds me of that rotten rivalry between you and Jinpachi Ego. Don't lump us in. I want to see someone beyond all that. If these two keep growing like this, then that nonsense about Japan winning the World Cup might not be just a dream. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have finally reached our crescendo of Game 3 with a score of 2-2. Everything for everyone is on the line. The final play starts as Kaiser quickly evades Barou, passing to Ness. Ness goes crazy, dribbling past like 4 people, passing past to Kaiser. Good boy, Ness. It's my honor, sir. As Kaiser takes a last-second shot, almost scoring, but once more Lorenzo flies in, blocking it. Hiori is just watching in complete awe at the level these guys are playing at. I've never experienced such high-quality coordination, and Barou leads them like a king giving his all. It's not just mere selfishness. Barou has something extraordinary that entrances people. Yeah, he's selfish and crazy, but he also has a will and talent that people love. The world's best striker must have those sorts of qualities. Wanting to be the world's best? I don't have such grand dreams. But even so, I found someone who sees the same future as me and is trying to become the world's best. I hold a key to Yuichi Isagi's awakening. No, I'm the only one who holds it. This is a future I want to live for. I will make Yoichi Isagi a king. They set up a fake to lure Kaiser and Isagi in, and right before Barou shoots, go Hiori comes sliding in, stealing the ball. Hiori starts slipping past every defender with ease. He goes absolutely insane, blasting the ball to the most perfect spot for Isagi. The two best defenders in the entire series so far surround Isagi. And you know what my GOAT does? Taps it up with his right leg to reposition the ball for a lefty direct shot. Mind you, against the best U20 defender in the world in IQ. He's too fucking tough, bro. Unfortunately, monkey Kaiser ready saw his exact play trying to steal the ball. You goddamn hyena, this is my goal, as they both hit the ball at the same time. Obviously, it gets blocked, as this is a terrible idea to try in real soccer. But low-key, if they did score with the direct shot X Kaiser impact, that would have been pretty tough as well. They realized they were just one step away from winning the game, but they were just missing one final piece. Hiori starts seeing Ego's Phantom. Shoot. That's what a striker does, right? Ah, that's right. This is blue lock. Was the final move we were missing my own shot? He's wavering in his own mind about what the right choice is between shooting or passing until he just makes the choice to smash it in. Somehow, Monkey Sendo blocks the ball. Like what, bro? A striker, by the way, only can make saves. I guess that wasn't really someone born to play soccer. But while Hiori thinks he sold the game, the final puzzle pieces come together in Goat Sagi's mind. I found my victory super theory. I'm quitting soccer. Then I'll become a hollow shell and try to live my life without soccer. Thank you, Blue Lock. Now I can finally say goodbye. Hiori! One more time! Huh? Isagi still has expectations for me? Why though? I betrayed him to make a selfish shot for myself. Don't look! Don't think! Burst through. Hiori, to go one step beyond our imagination, act reflexively. Hiori doesn't exactly understand what Isagi's thinking, but something about him entrances him to want to believe once more. As Hiori's getting fired up, he doesn't understand what's happening to him, as he's feeling something he's never felt before. What the hell am I doing? I don't get it at all. Am I an idiot? What the hell is this feeling? Wanting to meddle with Isagi? Kindness? Friendship? No way. It's nothing as pretty as all that. I really just want to see if this idiot is the real deal. If I hold the key to the world's best, then I want to feel in myself the moment the world changes. It was at this moment, though, that Hiori finally understood the assignment Isagi wants him to perform. Can we actually do that? It's totally crazy. Feel it. The biggest blind spot on the field. As the final play of the game is about to happen, Hiori starts going absolutely insane, out dribbling everyone in the field, even hitting a faint shot on Lorenzo. Finally, Barou comes sliding in. You're Isagi's dog, so you're just gonna pass, right? You're too late, dumbass. I'm done visualizing inside my brain. Isagi and Hiori and Isagi aren't looking at each other. Hiori slams the ball downfield. Oh yeah, there you egoist. If you're the real deal, yeah. If we're the real deal, then let's take our visualizations of the world's best and smash them together. Isagi launches the ball in to win the game with the score of 3-2. Let's meet each other beyond our dreams. What a golden goal! How explosive! The winning point was scored by Yoichi Isagi. What a glorious goal celebration. Literally everyone is hyped. Well, almost everyone. Damn! That was impossible. I mean, I guess it's possible in theory, but it's impossible. Those two, in the last moments, they both managed to move in sync and connect their plays without even looking at each other. We cut to PXG absolutely demolishing Manshine with a hat trick from Ren. Just you wait, Isagi. I'm gonna kill you. Alright, calm down, little bro. It's just soccer. But we do get this great interaction between Ren and Nagi. Nagi basically asks Ren what drives him so hard since he's looking for answers himself. Ren obviously says he just wants to destroy Isagi inside. Nagi asks, what about when all that's over? And Ren's response is interesting. Who cares? This is already warning signs to me. I predict because of this statement, when Ren does eventually beat and surpass Sai, his motivation will bottom out like Nagi and he'll succumb to the same fate. Back to the Ubers match, Isagi is fucking hyped because this time he finally crushed Kaiser once and for all. He won with goals, the exact challenge Kaiser had issued to him before. But with that, the new bids are being shown. King Barou's bid increased from 100 million to 130 million. Then in second, from a bid of 50 million to 150 million, we have our glorious King Isagi. But like always, Itoshi Ren stands at the pinnacle of block with a bid of 180 million. Once more, we cut to Nagi absolutely fumbling the bag in their game against Ubers. We only have one match left. Let go of Seishiro before you doom both of you. You're codependent. For both of you to grow and evolve, if you want to get stronger, then have the courage to let go of what's precious to you. Of course, after hearing this, they 100% took the advice, right? But once more, Nagi looks for answers elsewhere. Hey King, what pushes you ahead like that? To be the best in the world, obviously. If that comes true, I'll create my own era of soccer and take down anyone who comes for the throne. What kind of stupidly cowardly question was that? You know, right now, you're not a pain at all. It's like you're not hungry enough. I can't feel your usual pain in the ass fire. To me, it looks like you're just pretending to fight. Go die and come back, you coward. People will read lines like these and somehow still not believe Nagi won't make a comeback. Like, come on, guys, let's use our thinking heads here. We cut to PXG spreading FC Barcha. Sadly, once again, Barcha can only do so much to carry his dog shit team. Isagi realizes France and Germany are both 3-0 in the bracket, which means this will be the match to find out who is the champion of the Neo Egoist League. And look at my sexy goat Shido hitting an absolutely diabolical goal celebration. We see the salaries for each player get updated, and after carefully looking through this, I discovered some pathetic truth. Sendo, yes, fucking Sendo, the useless dog, is currently above Goat Kenyu, Karasu, Reo, Goat Maru, and my favorite femboy, Hiori. Like, how are all of you guys worth less than this turbo shitter? We found out something interesting about how PXG ran their team. They had 2 separate systems that were formed around Shido and Ren respectively. Every 15 minutes they would switch which formation was in. Loki notices that Noah forced his bastard team to coexist and compete with both systems at the same time. Loki finds the perverse system far more exciting, so he decides for this final game he will have Ren and Shido coexist on the field for our final monstrous game. It'll be like a kaiju battle royale, a no guard punch out, huh? And oh my god, this panel is so goddamn hype. First of all, it just looks badass as fuck. And on top of it, it just hypes you up for how insane this final match is going to be. Having the Destroyer Ren, the Zesty Demon, God's Chosen Emperor, and last but not least, Himsagi, Goichi, all in the same match just goes so hard. We cut to Noah giving his final words of advice towards this team before the final match. Let me just say that nobody will remember the one in second place. Become champions, Bastard Munich. Win and carve your names into history. As he leaves, our GOAT Ego comes in to leave some final words of wisdom for our boys. Back when we first started this Neo Egoist League, do you recall what I said were the key was to our victory? Proving our originality? Right. You've run into the wall of the world, and I've fought on the severe salary offer system. So right now, to you, what is originality? Originality is hunger. What do you hunger for? You've been forcibly asked. Who do you want to be? I desperately want to survive. I want to be in the starting lineup. I want to beat him. I want to be number 1. Your hunger that has been laid bare is your current originality, and the world is eagerly awaiting it. Now then, you hungry egoist, are you ready to shine? Mother, my GOAT Ego literally gives speeches on par with the god himself, Erwin. The day of the match has finally arrived, and lord, the fans are hyped. This was the moment everyone was waiting for. They finally take stage in the field, and dog, what is Shido doing, bro? Bro's really trying to live up to that Zesty Demon name. Hey, Ren, we can finally duke it out to see who's number 1. Number 1? I don't care about that. What I want, Isagi, is the moment you're reduced to shambles. Even as an Isagi fan, this goes unbelievably hard. The tension on this field is so thick you could cut it with a fucking knife. The match starts soft, flying right out the gate with an explosive start. Eventually, the ball goes towards Ren, and my glorious GOAT Isagi comes flying with the header to block his shot. Too tepid, number 1. My GOAT already asserting dominance, and with this first chapter, you already know this game won't disappoint. Isagi starts talking about how Charles, the youngest player here, is the catalyst for starting plays with his insane passing abilities. After watching his movements, Isagi figures out he's definitely using Metavision. Isagi reads his pass, and even Charles was impressed Isagi was able to read the same way he was. That was Austin, Mr. Cowlick, but let's see you can read the field better. Kaiser eventually gets the ball and sets up an impossible shot. Right before shooting, Ren comes sliding in, stealing the ball. How tepid, Blue Rose. If I just kill that shot, you're not worth a damn thing. Ren is coming. Reading this sentence, I literally in my brain thought back to when Ren had the ball in season 1 and that Giga boss music started playing for him. Then we just get this random side plot of Nanase becoming Ren's slave. So there's that. Slave Nanase gets the ball to Daddy Ren, and Lord have mercy for what you're about to witness. I'm gonna shoot. I was waiting for this moment, Isagi. Didn't I tell you to watch from the closest view as I became the world's best? Look, you've got a box seat. No! Reading this for the first time, I fell to the floor in complete disarray. Isagi at this point may have just asked with or without lube, as he got fucked. Ren shoots and our glorious king Hiori blocks it. The elation I felt reading that Isagi didn't get scored on like that was a million times better than climaxing. If Ren scored this, it would have been like a top 5 most disrespectful moment in all of fiction and non-fiction. Isagi starts realizing that literally everyone on the field is playing at basically 100% of their potential. This match, without a doubt, will be the best 11-on-11 I've ever experienced. Little did we know, it'll also be the greatest 11-11 we've ever witnessed as well. Karasu hits a mean back pass to the Contrarian. Bro hits a random nearly 100-foot pass to his ultimate spot. Everyone's confused about where Charles passed the ball. Shido isn't even looking at the ball. Charles fully just passed to his ultra spot without even expecting anyone to even be there. Oh? For real? It came to my ultimate feel-good spot? What the fuck? So he wasn't in on it? This was improvised? I see. It's the same as back then with Hiori and me. And with a crazy jumping header from Shido, PXG have taken the lead 1-0. Isagi realizes that in this final match, the only goals possible are those born from a collision of peak performances. I want you to take a second and realize how ridiculous this game is going to be. In the previous game, Ubers vs Bastard, the wild game winner was scored by an ultimate chemical reaction by Isagi and Hiori, smashing their peak performances together. And a goal that high level is shown to just be a base mark for what's required to score in this final match. That was fucking awesome, you damn pipsqueak. You stole my line, you pink pervert. I think this is the first time anyone has ever received one of my perverted passes. In the final match, the pervert demon combo explodes to life. We are perverts. We're the ultimate duo. An encounter with a new striker can propel a passer to greater heights. Once Charles matures, the day when I surpass you won't be far off. After that insane shot from Shido, Isagi's watching like,
I understand it now.
As Isagi's breaking it down and how he's supposed to play this game, Noah cuts in, recreate it. You two should be able to make an ultimate attack that surpasses one from last game, right? I'm making a position change. You'll cover that pink head. Kunigami, steal away Raichi Shido's freedom. Emogami is reflecting back on the PTSD memories he gained versus Shido in Season 1. God, I really want to like Kunigami, but he's such a bum and a fraud. And on top of all that, he's so emo. Regardless, it starts to turn to shine as he has to in order to keep Shido controlled. The next play is about to start. You're an eyesore, you pink bug. Agreed. You're definitely an eyesore. I can't stand you, pink trash. Okay, let's hold. First of all, this panel goes hard as fuck. Seeing these 4 monsters on screen at once is always hard. And second of all, leave my baby boy Shido alone. Why do you also meet him? He didn't do nothing. Luckily, he doesn't seem too bothered by it. Isagi starts thinking about different types of egos, and he comes to the conclusion that peak performance can be split into 2 categories. The self-style ego, like Shido, is someone who ignores their surroundings in pursuit of personal pleasure. And the other type is the world-style ego, which is understanding one's environment and calculating to determine the world's essence. In layman terms, if both ego styles were to score a goal, the world-type ego would be like, guys, look at this insane goal I just hit. And the self-type ego would be like, I just scored an insane goal. Look at how sexy and goated I am. Using this logic, Isagi can figure out how someone is more likely to play by putting them in these categories and trying to understand their playstyles. Charles gets the ball to Shido, and Kunigami comes flying and blocking him. I'm the pathetic loser hero whose life you ruined. Huh? Who are you again? Like, little bro, he ain't gonna let you hit. Just let it go, man. Honestly, this is pretty sad for Emogami. Imagine you're having this mortal enemy who ruined your life and they don't even know who you are. The most one-sided beef in history. It's not like anyone else in this show has that. After Kunigami blocks one of Shido's shots, he starts shit-talking him. Is this all you got, explosion demon? Did your tears dampen your gunpowder? Then out of nowhere, my goat Isagi has to knock him down a few notches. What are you talking about, Cyborg? You would have misfired too if it wasn't for my assist. Help me with my explosion. Let's eat steak together again. If our opponents are using an ultimate X ultimate chemical reaction, we'll just have to use an ultimate X ultimate triple flow chemical reaction. Hiori finally outsmarts Charles to block his shot. My glorious King Raichi makes his appearance. Utter victory, sexy pass. Alright. Hiori gets the ball and everyone swarms him. Let's all smash him. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you 3 nuggets aren't much of a threat to my goat. I can get past you 3 wimps not even looking where I'm going. He smashes the ball downfield towards Isagi. Isagi weaves past everyone and then randomly just decides to run away from the ball. Where are you? I came to pay you back for that half a steak. Kunigami is finally useful in setting up my glorious king. Eventually, Isagi finally gets in front of the goal box and is about to shoot. So tepid. Don't forget about me. I'm here to butt the hell in. Part 3. Ren? Kaiser? For real? Have they only been watching me? And just look at these panels, bro. These two are so unbelievably hellbent on beating Isagi. They look like demons just fully focused on one mission. What do? Don't freeze up, brain. Shoot. Trap. My right leg? My left? No. I'll defies. Right here and now. A new invention. A left feint? Here it comes. The right leg trap. This is my ultimate performance. A midair shot. He kicked with both legs. Go! Dude, he faked with his left and shot with his right in mid-air. Do y'all even understand how elite this move was? And the fact that he hit it on Ren and Kaiser is just genuinely crazy. Bro also unlocked a new aura. He went from his green smelly fart aura to the USA gun aura. This shit is too tough, bro. And dude, Ren and Kaiser are absolutely falling apart in front of our very eyes. With one more point, I can totally settle my feud with Kaiser. And with just one more point, if I can pull off a hat trick, I'll surpass Ren and become #1 in the Neo Egoist League. The visualizations just won't stop. Let me do it already. He's too cold with it, bro. We cut to Kaiser having an absolute mental breakdown. Yoichi is having an awakening. If he can master such an obliterating shot, his value as a striker will skyrocket. He's gonna take over this team. I'm gonna get buried. I'm gonna lose me to Isagi.
Kaiser, I'm the only one left on your side.
Shut up, monkey. I'm here to send Isagi into despair. I need to perfect that impossible weapon. We cut to Kaiser and us training, talking about the Magnus effect. Basically, it's just some super nerd shit about how if he kicks the ball at a certain pinpoint angle while the ball isn't moving, the wind resistance will give it a nasty curve. Cutting back to Kaiser, he has 3 in front of him, 2 to the side. My stance isn't exactly quite right, but that doesn't matter. I need to overcome this impossible challenge. Kaiser Impact Magnus. Kaiser messed up a shot? I can't believe I'm seeing him in this state. Kaiser is just falling apart. The scene cuts back about a decade. We find out about Kaiser's absolutely terrible past in childhood. When Kaiser was born, for some reason, his failure of a mother abandoned both him and his father. Kaiser's father turned to cheap liquor and gambling.
No! I'm a power! I'm a power! You got this! You've got this! I'm a power!
His father wanted him to steal food for them as they were dirt poor. Where's the milk, you idiot? I can't take a shit without it. I'll kill you. I'm a shitty human. I got dumped by the woman I loved and my talent wasted away. But you're even worse. You're just subhuman trash that was born from my sludge and the remnants of that woman's greed. You're a piece of shit, he says, while literally choking his child out. I could almost feel bad for Kaiser if I wasn't an Isagi fanboy. Fuck Kaiser. All my homies hate Kaiser. Regardless, Kaiser saves up a tad bit of money and decides to buy a soccer ball, his only real possession. Later, he was framed for the crime he didn't commit. How many times have I told you not to touch other people's stuff? Fuck off and die. And smashes his head with a glass bottle. Like, bro, how are the police not doing anything after watching this grown-ass man commit assault on his son? They're just watching. Somehow, Kaiser doesn't even seem too bothered by it. Sir, we found this safe next to your son's bed. You were hiding money from me, you bastard. That's mine, you shit. Also, sorry to interrupt again, but can these cops not obviously tell that this man is not capable of being a father and take Kaiser away from this clearly abusive home? Regardless, Kaiser once again just isn't too bothered. Ah, damn it. Well, whatever. I'll just save up more money and start over again. The only thing in this room that may be evidence is this soccer ball. You hid some money in this ball too, didn't you? And it was at this moment something snapped in Kaiser. You can smash him with a glass bottle across the head, physically abuse him, choke him out, steal his money, but you don't ever touch his soccer ball. And in that moment, something broke inside the boy. No, not broke. Perhaps it would be more correct to say something was born. Kaiser snaps and takes down 7 police officers with a soccer ball. Like, huh? A mysterious man tells Kaiser he'll get him out of jail if he plays soccer for him. Obviously, Kaiser takes the deal and the man brings him to Bastard Munich. Kaiser has a little special needs and just attacks everyone since he has literally zero idea how to be normal. He realizes in order to get passes from people, he actually needs to be liked, which is a slight issue as you can see. He realizes he's going to need an overwhelming weapon that will clearly prove his existence to his teammates so they'll pass the ball. Okay, and here's the absolute funniest part of Block comes. Bro decides he needs a dog. A slave, if you will.
I beg your pardon?
Bro is literally reading manipulation and psychology books on how to create his own proper slave. At long last, he finally finds twink femboy, Ness. This guy is a good test subject. Hey, shitty small fry. Do you believe in the impossible? I'm sorry, but it's just not the absolute funniest thing you've ever read. Like, we knew Ness was an insane Kaiser meat gobbler, but what we didn't know was the fact that Kaiser was using a 400 IQ manipulation tactic to have his very own slave. Hilarious. And with that, we cut back to the modern day. Isagi and Ren come flies in to block Kaiser's shot, and bro falls over to the ground. Hey, Kaiser, you get it, right? This team isn't yours anymore. Kneel to me, you shitty clown. My glorious King Isagi is such a beautiful mythic figure. Although, Isagi, you may be pushing it. This guy is much taller, heavier, stronger, and he's the same guy who took out 7 police officers with a soccer ball in a state of pure rage. I just know the Kaiser fanboys were absolutely molding at this point in the story. Isagi shook bro so hard that his entire body remembered the same feeling he had when his dad was abusing him. Let me repeat that. Go Isagi was beating his ass so badly, it was giving him PTSD flashbacks from his childhood. If I lose, then I'll go back to the time when I wasn't human. Am I? freaked out? Am I afraid of losing my current self and going back to the time I was worthless? Isagi's flying over him like the golden god he is. I stole and stole, but at some point I just started to fight to protect myself. I chose opponents I could defeat and made myself comfortable as king, but the place I'm in still isn't the level of world's best. So I've got no choice but to throw it all away. My status, my pride, all of it. Peel it away and go back to zero. Even as a massive Isagi meat rider, I can't help but have a tear come to my eye watching Kaiser have his awakening. Kaiser's movements have changed. Kaiser slides in, stealing the ball from Hiori and starts bolting downfield. Kaiser eventually has an awakening and passes to Raichi? Huh? If I want to climb higher than I am now, I have to throw it all away. Go back to zero. Has this dilemma made you throw away your pride, you shitty clown? That's hot. Man, what are we even talking about anymore? Looking back at all the horny dialogue between these two, I just know after this game they had the most violent, insane makeup sex. Alright, man, what am I as a grown-ass man saying at this point? Anyways, unfortunately, Ren stole the ball from Kaiser, but at least gives him some time to think about his awakening through. Offer up everything, updating myself. I'm able to think this way because of you, Yuichi, for stealing my freedom. Donkey fucking Shun. Eventually, the ball falls towards Ness.
Not yet, Kaiser. I'm here. The one to help Kaiser with his new weapon is me.
Dude passes to Kaiser just for him to completely ignore it. The ball goes past him straight to Kiora. Bro slams it back straight to Isagi. But wait, the ball has extreme backspin in it. It's a pass to Kaiser. The ball is stopping. Everything is perfectly aligning with my practice. Once again, we get to see the iconic luck puzzle piece pop up. Kaiser Impact Magnus. Ben, damn you. We see a little flashback from his childhood with Kaiser talking to a soccer ball. Let's leave here and be free someday. We'll be free, make lots of money, and eat tasty food. Let's be human. And maybe we can even be loved by somebody. I want to be loved. Go! Holy shit, he's a superstar. And with that, Bastard has taken the lead 2-1. Obviously, we have the iconic Kaiser pose. Kaiser finally broke out of his shell and has gone through metamorphosis. Yuichi. Right now, I'm giving myself chills in the best way. I've been reborn. No, I feel like a butterfly that emerged from its cocoon. Until we settle this with one more goal, let's battle each other for this generation's throne. Crushing him right here and now will become my golden ticket to being the world's best. What should we do, Daddy Ren? Shut up. I'm thinking. Bastard's fever isn't letting up. Ever since Isagi's evolution, Blue Rose had an awakening and the team's trying to establish a new playstyle. And yet, Isagi and Kaiser's chemistry is still incomplete. Kaiser steals the ball and all seems lost for Ren. Shit! I came this far just to defeat Isagi. Ever since that day I lost you, I've dedicated all my time in defeating you in this fight. But I still don't feel like I've reached your level. But the way it was back then, that focus, that murderous intent, if I could control those things freely, I'm certain that I can beat you inside. But at this rate, I'll just lose again. You're growing and changing at a faster rate than me. I don't see a path for victory. My desire for revenge is being killed. My obsession is being destroyed. I'm the one getting messed up. This is it. I wanted this pressure from you, Isagi. I see you, small fry number one. Oh, baby, this panel is tough. First of all, let's review what Ren's done in this game. 1, almost hit the most disrespectful generational shot in Isagi. 2, there's literally nothing else. So at this point in the game, when Bastard seems to be running away with it, they need someone to step up. And oh boy, does Ren step up. Also, can we take a moment to appreciate how beautiful this panel is? My lordiest, the Blue Lock illustrator deserves every raise physically possible. Ren runs at Isagi, who has the ball, and my goat Isagi is out dribbling Ren and is incomplete. Destroyer mode, ain't no fucking way. That's perfect, Isagi. I leveled up to make it this far, but that was nothing more than technique. What I was missing was mental pressure. I wanted someone badass to make me suffer. Okay, listen, all I'm gonna say is even Ren admits to Isagi being badass. He's my goat for a reason, bro. This destructive impulse is a trigger on my heart. There's that feeling. Ren comes sliding in, running over Corona. Huh? Ren? Oh, I see. It's not only Kaiser who needs the nourishment of my restriction to help him evolve. Otoshi Ren is getting fired up. Ren is absolutely smashing through the defense and is just bulldozing his way through everyone. Honestly, some of my favorite scenes in Block is when Ren goes in his destroyer mode and just goes wild. It's always just so fun to watch. I'm getting close to the way I felt during the U20 match. Now that Ren's switch has been flipped, nobody can control him. In that case, I'll have to be Sai Itoshi's replacement. Isagi? Listen, bro, I'm your biggest Glazer and fan, but
You are not that guy yet, little bro. They smash into one another. Number one belongs to me. This panel once again goes so sexy and so hard. Next chapter rolls around and we finally get to learn more about Ren's past and ego. Ren's watching this random anime and hold up. Is that a Dragon Ball reference? My glorious Goku is once again proven to be Goku-versal and have his influence spread to other shows. The main hero uses his Kamehameha, sorry, his Life is Beautiful blast to win the fight. We cut to the next day and see baby Ren in school, and let's just say he's special. Truthfully, me mentioning that really has nothing to do with my point. I just wanted to include it because it's funny. Sai and Ren are hanging out at home, and when this anime scene comes back on TV, you're watching that again, Ren? All my friends are obsessed with it too. They're like, Evolve Man's so cool, or he fights to protect the Earth. I don't care about that. I like the ultimate monster. Just look, he risks his own life fighting to defeat someone stronger than him. Even when his body's full of holes, or when he blows himself up, he keeps fighting to defeat the hero. That's super cool. So I want to be like that one day. Even if I get all beat up, I want to fight someone amazing and destroy them. And there you have it, folks. Ren's true ego. Pretty cool when you realize that's how Ren thinks. Except, you'd be wrong. I lied to you. That's not what he says. What he actually says is, I want to fight someone amazing, destroy them, then die? Huh?
Is this nigga serious?
Yo, I had to reread this like 10 times. What does death have to do with anything? Ren is so emo, I love it. Unlike Kunigami, his emo is just annoying. My ego wasn't just random destructive urges. It's life-risking destruction. That's my true nature. I really like the idea of risking your own life and existence on your passion. It brings an insane level of intensity towards the game, and it truly makes you believe they are the real deal. During the U20 match, I was able to perform at such a high level because in that game, I was giving all I had to crush Sai, my strongest opponent. And now, standing before me is the one I want to pulverize in this damn nuisance. All that's left for me is to set my life ablaze and bring forth their courage to die. It's just soccer, Ren. Let's take some deep breath. Kaiser backs away because he can just smell the incoming danger. After careful analysis, Kaiser realizes the hierarchy of block and how it's been working. In terms of individual skill, he's clearly the most exceptional in block, and Yuichi has continually adapted and evolved in order to defeat Ren, which means the core of block is the rivalry between these two. All three of these monsters are currently fighting for the spotlight. And I would just like to mention that my GOAT, Shido, has almost been written out of the game at this point. Shido definitely is a monster, no one's denying that, but compared to these three, he just can't compete. Ren finally gets the ball and runs through everyone. Here I go, you tepid wimps. Time for a massacre. Ren tears through these monkeys, flips over Hiori like, huh? About to slam the ball in the net, then when all hope seems lost, he stops. But why? He could have scored. So why? That's not it. You would say, I'm still tepid, right? Even if I scored now, it wouldn't help me evolve, right? Burning up my life means finding the strongest enemy and smashing my strongest self into them. He could have scored, but he didn't like it, so he's doing it over? Dude, when I first read this chapter, I literally painted the room white. This goes so hard. Imagine being down 2-1 in the championship game. They only need one more shot to win. You finally have an open shot to tie the game, but you just don't shoot because it's not good enough. If this were an official match, he'd be banned for life for that nonsense. Ren Toshi is insane. Ren, you're the same as you were in the U20 game. No. Are you chasing something beyond that? The way you are right now, you're the first person I've met who I just can't analyze logically. We see this generational panel of Ren in his destroyer mode. He has all these spikes coming out of his body, absolutely eviscerating all of Isagi's puzzle pieces. All the logic Isagi's built up in this game is being completely obliterated and overturned. Once again, the person who draws all the panels to block should be gifted whatever he wants for his generational work. Offer up your life and give it to me. Like, bro, it's just soccer. It ain't that deep, I promise. But the crazy thing is, it actually just is that deep for Ren. Losing in his mind is literally equated to death, which I just think is awesome. Is this all you got, Yuichi Isagi? Come at me ready to die. Come kill me. If your life is that tepid, then you're a failure of a rival. Bro hits a crazy nutmeg to Isagi who just falls over. Ren is an absolute monster right now. Once again, this game hits Isagi with some of the most insanely embarrassing maneuvers that have ever been concocted. Readiness to die. Shut up. I had that too, you know. It's probably different than yours, but I've lost again and again, died and been reborn. I'm the adaptability genius, Isagi Yoichi. Bro, he's just so fine. Y'all don't even understand. My glorious king is getting back in the saddle. Ren runs towards the ball in the air, going for an unprecedented bounce shot, and Sai's Phantom appears right in front of him. So tepid. For real? Not even this shot is enough to surpass Sai's Phantom? That's your limit. You can't become the world's best. Unless I beat this Phantom, I'll never progress any further. Wanting to kill him isn't enough to think of new ways to surpass him anymore. Damn it. Somebody just
give me a new impulse. And when all hope seems lost for Ren, a familiar hand comes through the Phantom and smashes it. Isagi, my goat, surpasses size Phantom. I'll put my life on the line. Isagi, here it comes. Collide with me, interrupt. I'll die with you. Oh my god, look how sexy both these guys look. This unprecedented destructive imagination, my burning desire, this driving impulse, the one who makes all this explode out of me is you, Isagi, my rival. They crash into each other, and even while that's happening, Ren still hits an insane curse shot to score up the game 2-2. That monster made a free kick in midair. Ah, damn, what the hell? My mind is blown. This feels fucking incredible. Hey, attention world, at the 11th hour, PXG ties the score. This is Block's #1, Itoshi Ren. And here's where we learn something truly terrifying. Ren's feeling of true enjoyment is the same feeling Isagi had when he first came to Blue Lock. Does this mean Ren has just started to realize his own talent? Was I just a totally random supporting character meant to awaken this prodigy? Hey, Isagi, I'm glad that I chose you as a rival. Hate me. It just makes me stronger. You have a duty to try to kill me until you die. Shut up, you arrogant prick. I swear on this last goal, I will devour you back. And my god, there's only so many times I can say it, but once again, this shit just looks beautiful. Overall, though, I really enjoyed Ren's whole awakening scene. Ren, for the first time, seemed like he actually reawakened his love for soccer. Just amazed at his own ability versus just plain mad thinking of surpassing Sai. After watching Ren's insane awakening, Loki, his coach, gets excited and decides to join the game. You joining is basically cheating, you stupid brat. So we'll swap players too. I'm going in. Corona and Kunigami, you're out. The ones going in are me and Igaguri. Fucking Igaguri! Dude, at this point in the story, he's one of the only ones with 0 bids, and I literally remember thinking to myself, the only way he doesn't get kicked out of Block now is if the author pulls some bullshit to sub him in and he does something. And sadly, here we are. With a score of 2-2, the final match reaches its climax. The point from this last goal will determine the game. Both teams masters in play and the game hitting its peak. Who will score the last point and become the Neo Egoist League champion? Ren Itoshi has lit a fire in the final match. At the hottest place in the world, we're about to see an incredible finale. Cutting back to the game, Isagi looked pissed, and he's rare and ready to go. Unfortunately for him, Loki blitzes by him at Mach 5 stealing the ball. Throw is so fast, he's literally warping the page. Is this guy for real? Thinking and logic are meaningless here, no matter how much I try to get stronger bit by bit. This is the abuse of physical talent. Pure speed. Loki passes to Ren, trying to give him the finisher. It's looking all over. Ren in his monstrous mode is nearly unstoppable. When all hope looks lost, fucking Igaguri comes flying in to get Ren fouled. Secret technique. Genius killer militia. I'm so sorry for ever doubting you, Igaguri. The GOAT. The GOAT. Did you see that, Mom and Dad? My life just got a Buddha boost, damn it. Noah gets the ball and just starts absolutely tearing through all their defensive lines. Isagi tries to help coordinate with Noah and Kaiser, and Noah just uses Isagi as bait. Here, the sad truth is slowly revealed. The reason I joined this league wasn't for the team. It was to awaken your ego, Kaiser. What I want is a rival who poses a threat to me. Someone that would force me to evolve further and produce an entirely new me. I want to be even stronger. Isagi and Kaiser both hear this and are just utterly shocked. Noah? Even stronger? Is this not Noah's true ego? Tokumitsu runs in front of him, fouling to give him a free kick. I see. And Noah didn't care about me. He was only using me to help Kaiser evolve. And Ren just sees me as a rival to help him grow and achieve his own goals. To the world, I'm just a second-rate stepping stone to help create heroes. This is reality. Did you seriously join the NEL just to help me evolve? Yeah, that's right. And did you guide Yuichi just to spur me on? Of course. All of it was just to create a rival to boost you higher. You're only thinking of yourself, huh? You're a real shitty mentor. Reading this chapter was really heartbreaking. This guy that Isagi looked up to his whole life, his hero, turns out to be this super villain who ends up just using him without any care for him. Kaiser ends up taking a free kick, and after seeing it, Loki somehow, from this far behind, runs up to block it. Most things in the block manga are actually possible, but it's some bullshit, bro. It's definitely insanely unrealistic, but I truthfully don't really care that much. That kind of speed is inhuman. All the logic I've accumulated can't explain this. An extreme aberration like him is what the world calls a genius. Isagi starts to think to himself what the definition of a genius actually is. Regardless of how much logic I've accumulated, is a genius just someone who can transcend all that with their unimaginable playstyle? In that case, Ren is absolutely on the level of a genius. The same is true for Noah. Geniuses aren't logical. They fascinate people by living however they want. In that case, I'm no genius. I'm just someone who continually adapts to these geniuses. I'm just a talented learner. If all I can do is brush up my talent, can I ever hope to win against geniuses? geniuses? I've won using logic. That was good enough until now. I managed to scrape by with my average talent. But the arena of the world's best strikers is swarming with geniuses. Physical abilities beyond anything I could imagine. Incomprehensible impulses to score goals. Inhuman philosophies. And all of these guys have those things naturally. If this is a stage where only geniuses can survive, then I'm gonna disappear here. In the end, what I'm doing can all be explained logically. I want to beat Ren. I want to be the best in the world, but I just can't imagine myself winning. No, my baby boy is crying. I wish I was out there to pat his head, give him a hug and a kiss on the cheek and send him back out there locked in. But alas, I can't do anything for him. That's it, Isagi Raichi. The wall of the talented will become your stepping stone. The truth of the world of talent is that it's hopelessly illogical. But only those who have reached that wall can discover a new path. It's time to learn the formula for evolution. Oh my god, bro, this shit goes so hard. Isagi's gonna learn a formula to evolve. Anytime anything gets hard, he's gonna hit the Maharaga fucking... So fucking badass, dude. The world doesn't just revolve around geniuses. Geniuses and talented learners share the stage, and talented learners like you have their own path to becoming the world's best. Goes back to Isagi, he's thinking to himself, there's just no way I can beat a genius. The absurd plays they make are impossible for me to try to pull off on the spot. I can't even imagine it. He thinks back. He's always been like this. He's never been a genius. He's just adapted and evolved. This game is just revolving around the geniuses. The world is awaiting for another super goal. He sees Loki. Loki sprints by. He's just thinking to himself, he's lost all hope. This is on a whole other level. I don't have a chance in hell. Between me and them lies an unsurpassable genetic wall of talent. God is so unfair. He looks to his right. How can you be so unfair, you shitty god? Kaiser? Bullshit, you're a genius like them, aren't you? Unlike me, you're holding your own against the other geniuses. Huh? Wait, could it be that you're a talented learner too? Isagi finally comes to a conclusion. Geniuses and talented learners aren't in a hierarchy relationship. They spur each other on in a relative relationship. Geniuses and talented learners are one of the same coin. So don't think like a genius. Be yourself. Be the talented learner you were always meant to be. Reflecting on Kaiser, how is Kaiser able to hold his own against them? Isagi realizes, like how Kaiser dropped his fixations to awaken, he must do the same. The rivalry I feel towards Ren, my malice towards Kaiser, my admiration for Noah, and my love for femboys, I've dropped those. So now, what's left for me? I wanted to win. Isn't that right, Yuichi Isagi? Ren's going through his monster tear. He's about to score when all hope looks lost. Our glorious GOAT Isagi. That's not enough for a freak like you, right? You've been wanting me, right? Ren, if you're a genius monster, then I'll be a talented learner monster. Let's go. Time to face the new me. Isagi's in his white hair, bro. He's awakened. Ultra Instinct Isagi's coming in. Come on, Ren. They bolt towards each other. Ren, you want to obliterate me to win, right? Isagi! 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 Okay, bro, you might gotta calm down a little bit. He's getting a little too weird. He gets past Isagi last second, kicks the ball. I win, Isagi. Did that feel good, you freak? I'm just a pawn, though. This is how you beat a genius with a talented learner, ex-talented learner chemical reaction. He put himself in their supporting role to entice Kaiser to block his shot. It just barely gets blocked. It's gonna go to the frame. It bounces in. Fucking Gagamaru, the goat, dives and blocks it. They stopped it. I proved that a talented learner can defeat a genius. I've never felt such pleasure. Ren deleted. Next it goes to Loki. Yeah, got it. Guess me playing was all for nothing. I joined in because it seemed fun, but I can't believe you couldn't score off my pass, Renitoshi. At this rate, it'll be 10,000 years before the world's best striker comes from Japan. Shut up, fuckboy. You're the one who lost, Loki. Huh? Your visualization, the future Ren scored, Kaiser and I smashed it apart. Be a man and admit you lost. You're awfully full of yourself for someone who just happened to be born fast. My glorious king shit talking Loki. Look at Loki. He looks mad, bro. And dude, he's not wrong. Like, Loki's not like some super genius or anything. He's just somebody who can run fast. Isagi's actually a genius. Or I guess a talented learner, but you know what I mean. Noah comes over. That's enough, Isagi. This is streaming worldwide. I'll admit your play definitely surpassed what we imagined. That play was a victory for you. For the rest of the match, you shut up, monkey. You're just like him. You used me as a tool to get Kaiser to awaken. I don't trust you anymore. I'll bring a theory to surpass you. So just keep waiting at the top, Noah. The next World Cup is mine. Oh my goat. This fucking guy just shit on Ren, Loki, and Noah, bro. He's just a menace. What a bold declaration from Isagi. He just declared war here against Noah, his own team's master. Everyone's like, brother, you're a fucking freak. Sell my soul for victory. Abandon all pride. If I use myself as a tool, I can defeat Ren. And then this chapter, bro, when I saw this, oh my god. Kaiser, let's team up. You and I can end this Neo Egoist League together. Huh? Team up? Have you lost your mind, Raichi? I'm the one you want to kill, right? So what? You get it too, don't you? At this rate, you'll never beat the geniuses. The way Ren is now, I can't stop him on my own anymore. And if he scores again, it's game over. Okay, so if we were to team up like you say, then who gets to score the last goal? Let's do it fairly. We'll go with whatever is the most logical path to victory. In other words, luck. And ladies and gentlemen, the most goated puzzle piece of the entire story has made its triumphant return. Whenever we see the luck panel, we know a generational shot is about to be scored. I see. But to do that, any personal feelings and emotion would just be noise. Right. That's our mutual condition. From this point on, we'll abandon our egos and become machines built to win. Okay, Raichi, I still hate you so much I could die, but it's a job like that, I'll consider it. You want us to pass Ren, right? You want to crush it, all right? Yeah, damn it. Our objectives align. For this next point, we'll make a devil's contract to overcome the geniuses. This is the moment everyone was waiting for. The team up of the century. The LeBron and Curry of Block is about to come reality. Yuichi Isagi, please teach him to watch his mouth. He didn't say anything wrong. What the heck? Are you saying I lost? No, this isn't settled yet, but we may have opened the door to Yuichi Isagi's ego. Now it's time for the rebirth of a new Egotist hero. Ren finally gets the ball thrown to him and continues his evisceration of the enemy team. Isagi slides in and Ren is just skittering out to himself. Dodge Isagi and shoot. Dodge Isagi and shoot. No. I'll crash into you. Then shoot. Kaiser comes sliding and stealing the ball from the feral Ren. Your pleasure points are obvious as shit. Isagi and Kaiser are working together, become machines working towards victory. Kaiser and Isagi are absolutely dismantling the defense and tearing their way through towards the goal box. This blood runs through the whole team. All of Bastard Munich is logically working as one. I love how in the corner they show some Twitter posts or whatever, and this one guy commenting on Bastard working together just says, no, they were weird before, this is just normal soccer, lol. Funny because bro isn't really wrong. Do it. Finish this thing. Okay, on it. With these two working together as this team's nucleus, it's so easy to visualize a goal. No matter which I pass to, I can smell a goal. Those two are the future of Bastard Munich. No, they're making a cutting-edge design for a new era of soccer. Hiori slams it through Bumdo's leg straight to the star of the show. Isagi, my goat, cocks back his two-gun volley, getting ready for another shot. Karasu comes flying and blocking it with Metavision, huh? Karasu unlocking Metavision was not on my 2024 bingo card for block. No, Lady Luck is smiling on me. Kaiser impact. Charles comes flying and blocking the shot with his face. They anticipated the timing of our shots? I can't stop someone I don't understand, but if it's logical, I can get there just in time. We're just like you dumbasses. Dumbasses! I see they're also adaptable, talented learners. The Ren goes flying to Shido, and before he can do anything, he gets triple pressed by Kiora, Hiori, and Raichi. What proceeded next actually brought a tear down my leg. I've got plenty of ideas too, you know. My goat Shido actually for the first time ever passes to Ren. This is such a generational moment for Shido's growth. If their aces are teaming up, then let's team up to Ren. They synergize passes through their whole team just like Bastard. Eventually the ball gets back to Shido, and the super prodigy himself, Igaguri, comes in to stop him. Shido absolutely leaves Igaguri in the dust, except Igaguri somehow grabs onto him and he gets dragged through the sky by Shido's raw strength. Even with all of that, somehow Shido still manages to pass to Ren. Right before Ren shoots, Isagi and Kaiser comes flying in. Kaiser gets in the way to slow Ren down, and within those extra few granted moments, it gave Isagi just enough time to block Ren's shot. Ren is shocked. Is their thinking perfectly in sync? Slur Sagi is about to drop the cold hard truth on these monkeys. Your teamwork is too shallow. Just like how we can't become special by pulling off your genius moves, you can't beat us talented learners when it comes to logical coordination. Keep playing crazy soccer, you damn geniuses. You'll never outsmart us. My go, bro! This has to be a top 10 panel in the entire arc. It just goes so hard. And then sadly, after all this chaos, a moment that is enough to make any grown man cry. You're out. Ren has already seen through your ploy, and your other abilities just aren't enough to cut it at this level. Your time is over. It's over? My soccer life? My dream? My blue lock is Igaguri. Stand proud. You're strong. I'm glad you were in 300th place. This has to be one of the weirdest chapters in all of Block because everyone, including me, wanted Igaguri out of the damn Block story already. But then, once it actually happens, everyone's like, damn, bro, my favorite bald monk is leaving. But then once again, there's probably a lot of people that are just straight up celebrating. Now, after exiting the field, the one taking his spot is the sinking ship himself, Yukimiya Kenyu. Instead of defending or adding an offensive player, it's an order to end this game now. And look at the bench, bro. Chrono's like, there, shitter. That was inevitable. After being subbed in, bro wastes no time making a tear through the enemy formation, just like that sinking ship. What I wanted on the field right now wasn't a stabilizing pawn. It was an unforeseeable piece who could insight change. By adapting to his presence, my abilities get better. Bro sprints through and shoots on the net. I mean, as a shock to no one, bro obviously doesn't hit the game winner. But this is exactly what Isagi wanted from the start, a 50-50 loose ball. This is it, Isagi's chance. And in this split moment, he decides his best play is a direct 1-2 pass with Ness. Come on, pass it. become a pawn for our victory. Unfortunately, monkey fat obese shitter Ness was fumbling on cock and balls as he looks around for his daddy, instead of just playing normally and passing back to Isagi. Obviously, this was the wrong move as Karasu instantly steals the ball from this useless monkey. Ness. Right now, he's completely useless. He's too fixated on what he wants to believe. I feel like I'm looking at a past version of myself. The Blue Lock manga literally describes Ness as a cancer cell. Insane. I know all the Ness haters, such as myself, are having a grand old time reading this one. In this moment, after not passing back to Isagi, Kaiser starts to get a bit scared as he knows if no one steps in, Slur Soggy might emerge. I have to say something first. Hey Ness, give up on soccer. No, I don't want to, Kaiser. I'm gonna make you the best in the world. Can't you feel what's happening here? The heat of those risking their lives. In this battle of egos, there is no place for those who live for someone else. Pigs without autonomy should get lost. It's not like I'm still angry at you. I just don't care about anyone who can't keep up. Yuichi and I are innovating, and we don't need any uncreative traditionalist pigs. Definitely one of my favorite panels this arc. Also, I love how Kaiser keeps calling Ness a pig. Like, I think he's hinting at you to lay off the donuts, you fat shit. Cutting to Ren, I want to wreck Isagi, but if I try, he'll use it against me to counter. Damn it. I need to find another way to destroy. Amid the stress of this field, I need an even more pleasurable way to destroy Isagi Yuichi. Ren decides the optimal place to stay on Isagi and kill the coordination between him and Kaiser. Isagi's like, this doesn't matter. It's mine and Kaiser's jobs to best read the field to then find the most optimal goal route. Isagi uses his goat skill of getting around his opponents, and without missing a beat, Kaiser smashes the ball with a Kaiser impact. But as a pass to Isagi, he's running around Ren. A perfect new design. But unfortunately for our protagonist, they are versing the ultimate wall of plot armor, known as Ren Itoshi. I found a new toy. At the 11th hour, the genius is mutating. The ball lands back in the hands of PXG, and it's time for a counter. Ren realizes if he stays just within 4 meters of Isagi, he renders him powerless. I love how everyone in the Twitter leaks are just talking about how Ren got a domain expansion. I mean, with the amount of plot murder this guy fucking has, might as well just give him it at this point. Isagi starts thinking about how he needs to get out of Ren's range. Then after thinking about it, he says, you know what? Fuck you, Ren. I ain't backing down. I will destroy you within this 4-meter range. Okay, next page. Bruh. Guys, I was kidding about giving him a fucking domain expansion. The ball gets passed straight to Shido. Jatem Koronchorean. Good guy comes flying and smashing into Shido. Shido passes to Ren and the final duel is beginning. Isagi with his new mindset uses himself as a tool once again to buy time for Kaiser to come in to help. Unfortunately, Ren's mindset has expanded and decides it's time for a new victim. Ren absolutely smashes into Kaiser trying to change victims. This panel goes unbelievably hard, by the way, when it comes to physical contact. I had a very special education since I was a kid. Bro, this chapter was so fire. Now, as an Isagi fanboy, I didn't like Kaiser for the longest time because he was such a meanie to my glorious king. But at this point, I'm doing a complete 180. Let's go, Kaiser, my goat. End this plot armor merchant Ren once and for all. Bro launches himself in the air and clears him from Ren. Let's fucking go. My upbringing was way worse than yours. Okay, this is just a funny line because why is Kaiser a 19-year-old trauma dumping to a schizophrenic 16-year-old? The first half of the next chapter is literally just everyone glazing Isagi, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm all for it. I just think it's kind of random. Isagi finally realizes after watching Kaiser beat Ren, the most important thing for a talented learner is an awareness that's faster than anyone else. If I can make a design faster than anyone, then that attack will seize the world's attention and become part of my originality. We cut to Ness in the background, not wanting to be left behind. Cutting back to the game, Isagi decides to kind of do like a crisscross pattern with Kaiser to completely confuse Ren on not knowing who will go where next. Kaiser's just amazed that our glorious king can completely have the same ideas and without even speaking with one another. So this is soccer with Yuichi. It's fascinating and it's fun. Fun as shit. With this one attack, I'll become the emperor of the new dimension. Cutting back to Ness, I am no longer needed. My Kaiser has been stolen by Yuichi. Ness is finally evolving. If you say you don't need me anymore, and if you want to start fresh, then I'll change too. Goodbye, my Kaiser. Rin realizes that it's basically impossible to hold both of them back with their current movements, so he needs to just choose one. Hiori flies by bum-ass Karasu and passes the ball. You're the one I want to annihilate. It's just as Hiori predicted. The ball goes towards the blue rose, but before he can shoot, Goat Shido comes flying and blocking the shot. If Ren won't choose you, it means I can hunt you down, and heads it out right before Kaiser can swing. Charles is about to scoop up the loose ball, but our favorite emo Dark Horse comes flying in, countering the counter, and with that, the final loose ball goes in the air. Eventually, the ball falls into the hands of Ness. Huh? Ness? At a time like this, it goes to the puppy? Ness launches the ball cross map to who he thinks is Kaiser, but wait, it's actually fucking Isagi. Ref, do something, he's literally shapeshifting. Right to the end, he killed his feelings and kept selling his soul for victory. The egotist machine. Isagi's evolving again? He has the charisma to draw others' egos and exploit them for his own goals. A brand new and perfect Yoichi Isagi is being born. Controlling hope and despair. The Neo-Egotist. He's Blue Lock's Demon King. Go! The glorious king prevails in the war. Let's go. I was totally devoured. The moment the ball went to Ness, my feet froze, but Yuichi instantly began his next move. By using me and Shido as obstacles, he broke free from Ren's 4-meter zone. In that instant, he saw that Ness would find a new level of imagination and make the ultimate pass. He gambled it all on that and ran into position. That was an incredible shot technique, but that was a victory I could have gotten to if I understood Ness's mind. He didn't pass to the old me. I think Ness passed to the new self I'm evolving into. I thought it was impossible for that pig to change, so I wrote him off and stopped thinking. Was that the cause of my defeat? No, not that. The biggest reason I lost is that playing soccer with Yuichi is too fucking fun. The exaltation, that feeling of being... It made me weak. I thought I'd gone back to zero, but I dove headfirst into the freedom Yuichi gave me. Kaiser. Is Ness special to you? To me, he was just another player with hidden potential. But at the last moment, you thought in terms of your relationship, and by deeming him worthless, you marked him as special. You couldn't turn yourself into a goal machine and gave into emotion. That was the last piece that determined which one of us won and lost. Our 1-goal contract is over. Thanks for that shit. My ultimate clown.
What did he say? That's a lot of damage!
You tripping, bro. You tripping.
And with that, our glorious, sexy, Metavision, ambidextrous, two-gun volley king has completely beaten Kaiser and Ren. No one does it quite like a shit-talking monarch. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, the final salaries are about to be shown. But before that, we must travel 33 minutes back to the Manshine versus Barcha game. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment everyone was waiting for, the Battle of the Nuggets. 0-3 Manshine versus 0-3 FC Barcha. Who here will be crowned the king of the shitters? Off rip, the genius strat that they thought of was to just do anything just to get beds, even if it's not goals. What is this beta non-egoist pussy strat? Regardless, Rayo passes to Chigiri, who gets the first goal of the game. But while that's happening, we cut back to the present. We can finally see the final bids of the arc. If I'm not number one, then it's meaningless. Come on, come on, come on! As we see one of the worst pieces of plot armor in modern anime. How the genuine fuck is Ren still at rank 1? Like, Rev, do something! Is this for real? I still haven't reached him? And when all looks lost, Ren comes over. Where are you looking? Raise your head and actually look. Seems like the world wants us to be rivals. That's fire. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, our glorious king is in first place. It may not be a total victory, but it's still a W. Also, rereading the "That's fire" line. Who exactly said this? Was it Ren? I can't imagine he'd ever say something like this, but I think it would be hilarious if this came from his mouth, so it's canon to me. Now, I do think the fact that they tied and Ren got the Real offer and Isagi is branded, but truthfully, I've already gone through the 5 stages of grief, and I've reached acceptance at this point. Barou is watching happy like, that's exactly what I expected from you, monkey. As we cut back to Isagi, legit doing the fuck out from pure ecstatic elation. What other sports anime character you know gets fucking hype like Isagi? Because God knows no one from these shows bring the hype like this guy does. And just look at my goat. He won't be satisfied until he's number 1. After this though, we cut back to the match where Bacho dribbles past everyone, scoring the second goal of the match. The next play starts and Nagi tries passing to Rayo, but like, come on, guys. Are we even trying to be creative at this point? Otoya steals the ball and passes to Batra. Batra slams the ball back to Otoya, who slides past Chris Prince, no diffing him to score the 3rd goal. Second best my dick and balls, bro. Legends say he's still out looking for Otoya. Cutting back to the present day again, we see more bids coming out, and somehow Shido is still above Barou. Shido did not deserve that big an increase from his performance this game, but fuck it, dude. I know the Barou fanboys were seething at this site. Now, I hate to say it, but after giving it a lot of thought, I still do think Shido is the better player. Sue me, that's just my opinion. Cutting back to the game, Chris Prince comes in, stealing the ball from Lavinho and ignores Nagi for the first time. I won't give a future to egotists who won't chase their ideals. Transcend reality, blue lockers, as he smashes the ball to Rayo, who scores the 4th goal of the game. Sorry, Rayo. I think I've been too reliant on you. I believe just like a little kid, you'd always be there for me. Now I'll show you I can get fired up on my own too. Nagi makes his final tear down the field, telling Rayo that he's gonna do this on his own. Nagi jumps up, somehow stealing the ball from Barcha as he passes to Agi. I still want to be with you. I'll get stronger, so let me stay at your side. I'll become a Nagi you can dream of being the world's best all on my own. As we get this insanely cool panel of Nagi doing a fake shot. Last second though, Toya and some others block a shot course as he freezes up. He sees an opportunity to shoot, but sadly it's too late. And with a cool twist from fate, Raichi appears at his side. And it's at this moment that the Egotist noticed Nagi truly died. He passes to Raichi, but Bachira intercepts it. You've got to do it alone here, even if it kills you. You're a failure of an Egotist. As we get the final rankings of the arc, we get the JJK community's equivalent of chapter 236 here by losing our glorious white-haired king. Please wait, Ego. Why didn't Nagi make it? He couldn't prove himself in a match. There have been times when he can shine, but he's too inconsistent. That's all there is to it.
Do it again! He's obviously a genius. Isn't it a waste to let him just disappear here? So can't you just run the calculations again?
Shut up, fucktard. What do you mean, run the calculations again? This isn't a math class. It's just looking at the bid, and he's the 24th highest. Jesus Christ, are you people this stupid? And what the hell are you talking about? He's a genius? Is that a joke? The results just now were clear enough. Seisho Nagi's talent has withered away. Talent isn't the power to believe in your abilities, it's the power to prove them. The biggest mistake he made was letting that goal convince him that he'd achieved his dream of defeating Isagi. Do you know the biggest cause of talent withering up? Loss of hope? Despair? Fear? No. It's none of these. It's satisfaction. His desire was released and an animal with a full stomach forgets how to hunt. The choice to team up killed Nagi's talent. Told you. I only need crazy bastards who won't be satisfied until they're the world's best. Normies who are satisfied with less than that, please, go home, Seisho Nagi. And bro, Ego's right, man. This shit was so obvious to anyone watching, but for some reason it just did not click for these two. We get this super sad scene of Nagi and Raichi breaking up, but as Nagi's walking out last second, Goat Sagi calls to him one final time. Nagi, don't stop playing soccer. And with that, Nagi and everyone else walk through the loser gate, bringing our arc's finale to a close. We cut back to everyone walking off the field as we get this super great interaction between Kaiser and Ness. Why the hell are you following me? Haven't you had enough? The me you believed in was an illusion. I'm shit. There's no repairing whatever this was. So get lost, shitty Ness. No! No. Even so, I'll stay by your side. Have you lost your mind? I abandoned you and left to go win, but then lost to Yuichi and shaved myself in front of the world. I'm shitty trash. So quit buzzing around a piece of shit like me. No. I won't do what you say anymore. You're not shit. You're flesh and blood like any other human. My ego wants me to cast a spell on your broken soul. As we get this beautiful panel of Kaiser about to break down. Let's go, Ness. I was legit this guy's biggest hater, but truthfully, this was such growth for his character that, guys, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I like it. Crazy, right? The character development for these two went crazy. But with that, we get the final bids on the other players. Kaiser with 400 million, Lorenzo with 280 million, and finally Ness over Charles with 130 million. But with that, we cut back to the block members riding in a shuttle bus to an unknown location, and truthfully, I love the scenes we get from the block cast and the non-soccer environments and just watching them interact with one another. Looking at this picture is so funny. First, you have Imogami covering his ears because he doesn't want to talk to Yukimiya. Like, Jesus Christ, dude, lock in already. Looking at Isagi and Ryo, they both don't look nearly as bad as I expected, but they're both just thinking and reminiscing about Nagi and what happened there. Shido sleeping in the back, and then finally the nonchalant goat himself, Ren, is sitting in a one seat by himself. Don't stop playing soccer. That's all I could manage to say to him. I wonder what Ryo's thinking. To be honest, I still can't get my feelings sorted over Nagi being gone. But with that, the shuttle bus's roof gets raised as our heroes get to enjoy a victory parade through Roppongi. This shit is so hype, bro. I love looking at everyone's reactions because it reminds me of how insanely autistic our cast is, and I just love it. Latoya's over here just trying to bag baddies. Bachira is screaming to the crowd. Imogami and Chiguri are... Give him another point. Rin looks bored and Shido for some reason looks disappointed. Sendo's laughing, begging for Instagram followers. What's new? And our monkey trio, Goat, Maru, Nico, and Kiora are sending peace symbols to the crowd as our main man Isagi is just taking the scenery in. This is the world of sports. This is entertainment. This is the power of soccer. Damn. It feels incredible and absolutely terrifying. With one attack, You can become a hero or fall from grace. In this world, you fight for ultimate glory or despair. That's why I can't get satisfied until the moment I become the best in the world. I will transcend all of this. I won't go back to a world without soccer. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our journey. This arc, genuinely almost start to finish, was a perfect masterpiece. The hype moments, the peak character development, literally everything was a 10 out of 10. Reading the leaks week to week was just some of the most exciting days of my life, and I thank Block for that. But with that said, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this, as this is obviously the biggest video project I ever did. So if you're still here 2+ hours in, I appreciate it more than you could ever know. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and with that, folks, I will see you guys in the U20 World Cup arc. Peace.